In the hollow where the shadows fall, we gather round, we hear the call. Liquid fire from the mountain's hand burns like truth, but it tastes like sand. Oh, it sure feels right at the end of the day. Drink it up, let the story stay. The creek laughs low, the fire cracks loud. We lose ourselves in a moonlit crowd.
Happens is Jack Conway makes sure that Robert Duffy, L.D. Foreman is some bitch.
The air so thick it hums and sings, a slow dance wrapped in unseen strings, clear as glass, but it bites like a snake, sharp and cold, every breath we take. Oh, the stars know our sins tonight. Set that burn till the world spins right. The creek laughs low, the fire cracks loud. We lose ourselves in a moonlit crowd. Mountain whispers secrets deep, the kind you tell.
Really, you can see the background. Good morning.
Good morning, good morning.
Did you like my tone deaf singing? I love that song. It gets me fired up.
It's a good one.
I actually listen to it like just in the background.
Yeah.
Not even. I do. Oh, good morning. Hello. Welcome. It's been a long day. Has it been long for you, Brandy? Because I feel like
Well-
I've been awake for 24 hours.
As Ty says, you're future. You're in the future, so
I am. If only I could get the Cats Lotto numbers.
yes.
Not with such luck. Anyway. So good morning and thank you again for joining us. I think I'm still riding the high from yesterday's stream. I was so excited to have Sabrina on because it's been a long not process, long
road.
yeah. It's to actually be able to let your guard down and be comfortable to speak your truth is a very difficult thing to do for anybody, but more so for you guys with all the crap that you've had to deal with. And it was nice to actually hear her story without having to read it. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah.
And it probably felt good for her too to be able to talk freely without worrying, can I, because it's her story.
Yeah, it is.
But, everybody beside other than her has controlled the narrative of her story. So it's, it's hard to,
And you get judged. She's had enough in the media, like she's very wary of putting what she wants to put out there, and I completely agree.
Well, I think a lot of times the choice got took from her, like she was talking about yesterday, things she didn't want her child to see. And God, I felt that, and I understand that,
So was that Liz? Oh, Teresa!
Yeah.
You're so naughty. We'll deal with you. Hang on a second.
Yep.
Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? No. Oh, come on. He's looking at you. I'm going to dob. Where did Brandy go? Excuse me. Oh, where is she? Hello. Oh.
Hang on.
I'm like, where is he? I've taken you off stage. I'm not an idiot. Sorry. Teresa, you are very naughty. Oh, what a beautiful picture. Look at you.
Pretty lady.
She is. All right. You end it. It's coming. Oh, I honestly didn't mean that. I didn't. It's the one below it. Sorry.
The person that just gave us a super chat. This community is just the best. Love you all the different.
I honestly did not mean that. Sorry. Thank you. You're in so much trouble. You know it. No, I didn't get to watch the end of it, but I thought what I'd do to start off the show, because I got distracted with Brett Johnson and didn't pull up all the stuff that I needed to pull up for the stream. So I thought I would play his stream and him talking about Michael Clark. So for those of you that aren't aware, Brett Johnson is the gentleman who's looking right down the barrel of the right into your soul right there. Oh, did he? Oh, you're kidding me. Oh, fuck. Hang on.
What?
Oh, Teresa said he'd join us if we dropped in the link. Oh, my God. Oh, all right. Oh. Jody, stop.
Pull it together, Jody. Pull it together.
I'm fangirling. Oh, dear. Of course, it's the day I
You
don't
wiped her out, Teresa.
Oh, she knows it too. Brett Johnson. Woohoo! Stream link. Well, you know that this plan for today's stream would be going straight to hell if he does join us, because there'll be no timelines, nothing. It's yeah. That'll be out the window. All right, it's sent. It's sent. Oh, calm, breathe. It was funny the other day. I was in his chat and I said something really cheeky. I can't remember what it was. And he looked down the camera and did the old wink at me. And I messaged Teresa. I'm like, he looked straight at me. God, it was funny.
We're fangirling, guys. We're fangirling.
I know. Oh, Lord. I didn't even do my hair. Okay, so for those of you who don't know, Brett Johnson is in Perry County, and he is really calling out all the corruption, the pedophiles, the predators, the whole lot. No holes barred, no fluffy clouds or rainbows. It is what it is, and he is what it is, and he's so funny. So, Teresa, thank you for dropping the link there in chat. Go out over and have a look at him. Whilst he does make like the jokes about it, it's one of those subjects that you kind of have to, because it's such a shitty, yeah. And the way that when you're researching things like this, it does affect you. You do take on that, what the kids have gone through and stuff, and the way that you try and, or some of us deal with it, is through laughter and making and it's not at all to be disrespectful or
No.
make light of the situation at all, because that's not. But that's our coping mechanism. Like when you're surrounded by this darkness whilst you're reading all about it. That's a nursing thing too. Like nurses have the darkest sense of humor because they see it all, and that's where I got it from. Sorry, it is what it is. But yeah, like the shit he comes out with, I sit here and laugh and laugh. All right, so yeah, he actually started off tonight talking about Michael Clark, so that was why I was late. I was trying to catch up and hear what he had to say, and he was sort of asking a few questions as he was going along, and so I was trying to answer him at the same time as set up the stream, and yeah, sorry. So we'll have a look and see what he's got to say, shall we? Whilst I bring all this stuff up. Hopefully I've got it queued to the right bit.
Doing exactly at this moment in time.
Probably a little louder, Jody.
Understand you've got a dangerous
Maybe
tongue. I'm telling you
Coming
right
up,
now.
coming.
That dangerous tongue is doing exactly what it's supposed to be doing
Oh,
right now.
What I do with his dangerous tongue. Oh, I said that loud, didn't I? Sorry.
Gosh darn.
To Kentucky Attorney General Jack Conway a few years ago. Witness was asked, interviewee said it was like a duffel bag of cash, 10,000 to 20,000.
Oh, this is funny.
In cash. Now, here's what I know. Okay, a backpack. You know, like you send your kids to school, like one of those JanSport backpacks. One of those, packed properly with $20 bills, will hold $150,000 worth of cash. I know because I used to do that. Each bill is 1 gram. So $150,000 in cash, that's about 7.5 keys of cash. So a duffel bag full of cash, $20,000. I'm assuming mostly 20s. Not horribly heavy, not horribly big. Could be hidden in a coat, anything else like that. Jack Conway. Hi, Jack. Ran for governor. I guess the piece of shit didn't make it. Jack Conway was Attorney General for the state of Kentucky. Jack Conway was also L.D. Bill Gorman's lapdog.
That better?
Lapdog.
Yeah.
L.D. Gorman is a son of a bitch who got Happy Mobellini appointed. Yes, he did. Appointed as principal for Hazard High School because L.D. ran his ass. And then, of course, Happy Mobellini becomes mayor of Hazard, Kentucky, because, you know, that's the way this bullshit works. Happy Mobellini, 2008, takes that nice little school trip. Not school trip. He takes some children, some Hazard High School children, girls, to a Kid Rock concert in Florida. On the way, he gives them marijuana, he gives them alcohol, and some pictures are taken in the backseat of that happening. And some pictures are taken of one of the girls bent over a driver's seat, Happy Mobellini's driver's seat, in very sexual situations. That's a fact. That is a fact. Kentucky State Trooper, Detective Robert E. Duffy finds out.
You know any of these names, Brad?
Pictures. He gets the pictures.
Nope.
Yep.
He does the right damn thing. He reports it. L.D. Gorman, Jack Conway was L.D. Gorman's lapdog. So Jack Conway, L.D., didn't want anything to happen to Donald the Predator Mobellini. So what happens is Jack Conway makes sure that Robert Duffy loses his Kentucky State Trooper career. That's what happens.
Not very nice.
Robert Duffy then goes to Paris, works at the police department there, passes away January of this year. That's what happened. That's the pieces of shit that we're dealing with in Perry County.
They're everywhere.
Yeah. Letcher County's been such a mess. It's hard to
keep
up with Perry County, too.
That's exactly. I did say, so defense arrest, did I say Michael Clark? I did say Michael Clark, preacher man. I'm wanting to know, before I start talking about Michael Clark, I want to know if Michael Clark was charged or had any sexual predation.
Actually,
he was a sexual predator.
this because I thought
before I
that he
start
had.
talking about that. And if I don't find that out, I will tailor what I'm about to say on that, around that. Okay. Wanda Pollard again.
But wasn't he a participant in the parties with Mullins?
Well, I mean, he had interactions with, you know, the ones I know of were women that were that he was trying to get to rehab. So, you know, they were in that situation, you know, being in jail or, you know, being in custody, I'll put it that way. But the thing, I think in the beginning, they seen that he had so many trafficking charges, and because of, I think, the topic of what was going on at the time where we were talking about, you know, sex trafficking, it kind of, you know, I don't know if the two got confused or what, but as far as I know, I've never known him or heard of him having any kind of, you know, charges with minors. But now I don't know everything about him either. So, you know,
there's not a lot to find because, there's not.
Oh, yeah. Everything's been kind of cleaned up real nice and pretty.
Correct. All right. Let's keep listening while I bring up these things ready.
I also meant to say, Brett, I'm sorry for coming back on twice. Wanda, don't apologize. We love you. Don't apologize for coming on twice. But the son of a bitch that done it to me from the time I was 3 or 4, his brother's also done 2 of his sisters and their kids and their stepkids. But you know who I blame most of all? My mother. For dragging the lousy piece of dog shit in around her daughter.
Yeah.
Natasha Combs. You are culpable. You are to blame as well. And I got to tell you, you being the mother, I got to agree with Wanda Pollard. Piece of dog shit.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Scott Blair could hide at least 5 keys of cash. I saw that. That's Scott Blair right there. Wow. Amber Nicole, wow, that's awful. These people need to be put out of the state, not just out of their position. They need to run out of Kentucky. Anyone else would be done that way if they had done half the stuff. You're absolutely right. Here we go. So, yes, he's a predator, but never charged, just given a ministry out of town. Okay, so here we go.
Oh, well, now that
Michael Clark.
That was me.
Oh, okay.
Joe Engel.
That's the information I gave him, so I need to correct that.
Okay.
That's what I thought, yeah. I was under the pump. Oop, stop.
It's like everything keeps coming back to Joe Engel. Imagine that. Yeah. Joe Engel, sheriff of Perry County. Now, Michael Clark, for those who may not be in the know, a couple years ago, Sheriff Mickey Steins over in Letcher County walks into a judge's chambers.
Yeah,
it's on video. has a conversation with the judge. It doesn't look very civil. Maybe it was. I doubt it. Has a conversation with the judge before he pulls out his firearm and sends that judge to the other side.
Allegedly.
Now, my personal thought is, hallelujah, praise the Lord, give that sheriff more 9mm ammunition. My personal thought. I think he should be given a medal, not be behind bars.
100%.
My thought. Because I have that sense of justice. Turns out that there was a sex rape.
Unfortunately, you're not yet aware of the contribution or lack of contribution, should I say, from Mickey.
Yeah.
Operating in Letcher County. That is not surprising either. You can probably find the same damn shit going on in several judges' chambers in Perry County, Leslie County, Knott County, Floyd County, all that Eastern Kentucky region as well. That shit's common. All right. Evidently,
he is amazing. If you don't watch him, get onto it because he's got connections, he's got ties, he can get stuff that no one else can. And he tells it like it is. He's great. So welcome. Thank you for joining us.
Pretty close to Sheriff Steins. evidently the last person he talked to before he went in, and made sure that judge, he arranged the meeting. He didn't, he's not a judgment guy, but he just arranged the meeting with the person who would give that sheriff the judgment. All right. Evidently, the last person he met with was the preacher, Michael Clark. Now, Michael Clark had served off and on 20 years in prison for drug-related charges. And as the defense rest just mentioned, yes, child predator stuff as well.
I need to correct that.
Now,
Well, now, Jody, we'll
I
check on it before, because there may be,
believe
because it was mentioned before one time.
people can
Was
turn
it?
their lives around. I absolutely, because
I mean, I would, if I haven't read it or seen it myself, I normally wouldn't say anything about it. But
Yeah.
it was one of those spur of the moment things, and I just went, yeah, and I don't like to put shit out there that I haven't verified. At
Right.
all. So that's going to eat at me until I speak to him.
Yeah.
So just
the
ignore
same
what I said. Ignore what I said to him, all right?
Okay.
So Hillbilly says Mickey took out one of the most powerful predators in eastern Kentucky. Yes.
Yep.
But he was a very, very smart predator as well. He set up a lot of stuff. And there's been a few things today that I've come across, Brandy, that things are starting to fall into place as well. I'm getting little bits of the puzzle fitting, yeah,
Yeah.
on how the money's coming in.
Yeah.
I'll
They
feel-
love creating programs.
Yeah, but it was my conversation with Lee this morning that triggered
Opened
a. Yeah, it put a it didn't even put a thought in my head. It was a discussion, and then the next thing I looked at, went on to X and was having a look, and someone said something about what he was talking about. I'm like, hang on,
Yeah.
remind me to tell you after we watch this.
Okay.
He's only got like about 15 minutes left, I think, but I want to hear his rendition of Michael Clark.
Yep.
Through the grace of God, through the community, my support group, my family, I have been able to do that. And my own choice, I've been able to do that. And I am here today doing this because this is exactly where I'm supposed to be, doing exactly what I'm supposed to be doing exactly at this moment in time.
Mhm.
People are saying you've got a dangerous tongue. I'm telling you right now,
It's worse things.
that that dangerous tongue is doing exactly what it's supposed to be doing right now at this exact moment, saying exactly what it's supposed to be saying. I
Aww.
have no doubt about that whatsoever. I have faith in that. I will also tell you that I know.
So Hillbilly says, I've been watching you ladies on my TV. Just know your voices are being heard. Oh, that's awesome.
Aw, Thank
Awesome.
you.
That's yeah. That's what all we're trying to do, my love. All we're trying to do, get some eyes on this, because it is disgusting, and it shouldn't be happening anymore. It's enough. It's enough.
I
Fucking
didn't
enough.
know.
Enough here, right?
I
Hey?
didn't know he said in, 3 days a month somewhere else. I didn't know that.
Who?
The rest of it says,
I've been here in Emelina, Kentucky, and Judge Mullins also was judged 3 days. Oh, okay.
yeah, that's huh.
Was that in misdemeanors or felony?
I don't know.
How far is
I wonder.
I'm asking Hillbilly? Is Emelina County far from you? Oh, not county. Okay.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's right next door.
Which is, and Perry borders the other side, doesn't it?
Yes.
Okay. Which is where Brett Johnson's from. Oh, excuse me.
That I know beyond a shadow of a doubt
So same.
that a pedophile is always going to be a pedophile. Always. Now, they can choose not to act on that, but they're always going to be that. Because just as sure as I like women, just as sure as Scott Blair likes having hot dogs thrown down his hallway, you ain't going to change that. You ain't going to change that. You're born like that. I was born like that.
Oh,
I was
come on.
born
Get on with
liking
it.
women.
I got a lot to
Pedophiles
tell.
are born. That's what that is. All right. Now, Sheriff Joe Engel, did you say that he needed to get, if he was going to be a preacher, that he needed to get in front of the congregation, not his congregation, God's congregation? Did you, because, you know, it's your church, Joe, right? Did you tell Michael that he needed to get in front of God's congregation and say, hey, this is my past. This is what I've done? No, you didn't.
Nope, not
You
one time.
didn't. You didn't.
Who's Joe Engel? Is he the sheriff of jail?
Sheriff of Perry County,
I
yeah.
have a problem with that.
And he's also the
What-
one that
I
wrote
have a problem with that.
the
I have a problem with the preacher
reference
that
letter
he's
for
not being
Clark to
honest.
get his pardon.
Oh, that's how they connected it. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I get it now.
And
I get
if
it.
you remember, there was a big to do about it in the beginning when all the information came out. And Sheriff Engel was like, I don't even know who Mr. Clark is, you know, and I didn't write him a letter, and then come back and said, oh, yeah, he's a good man of the Lord.
Yeah.
And I wrote him a letter. And so,
He spoke to Mullins.
yeah.
Mhm.
About his past, there's a problem. There's a problem, because if he's a liar, that means he's a liar when he's talking to God's congregation. That's what that means.
I think he was actually providing the drugs to all the parties, because that's what he did 8 years for.
Yeah,
Was
yeah, the
distribution.
trafficking
Yeah.
part of it. And then,
Yeah.
you know, there is or I guess you call them witnesses or victims. Or I hate calling people victims because,
I know.
you know, but, you know, there are people that he was supposed to be getting them help, but got them drugs instead. So,
Yeah,
you know, that
there's that.
created a problem.
Yeah. Just a little bit.
That's what that means. I don't know if you knew that, Sheriff, but that's what that means. It is a shame that a former criminal who, I'm talking about me, former criminal who I don't even proclaim the mantle of a Christian, but I can read. It's a shame that a former criminal has to educate a supposed preacher on the Bible. It's a shame that a former criminal has to educate a sheriff on proper law enforcement. That's a shame. That's a shame. And I'm going to keep doing it.
Good for you.
You bet your ass on that. We're going to go through the comments once more, then we're going to close out the show.
Yeah, this is a bit Ivan
9
Cook.
bullets, no blood splatter, Brett. And
that's
you
it. Well-
guys tune in to the Defense Rest show.
Yay.
She goes through that pretty well. I still need to get on that show. I said I would, and I've been so swamped with everything, so I apologize about that. Michael Clark rode around with Mickey handing out food boxes right up until they went back to the courthouse, where he did what he did, the way I understand it. So there was plenty of talk. You can't tell me that Mickey Steins was riding around handing out food boxes with Michael Clark and the topic of the judge didn't come up. You can't tell me that. And you can't tell me that Michael Clark wouldn't have noticed that, you know, that sheriff, he seems to be a little irate. Actually, a little bit more than irate. That sheriff has a murderous look in his eyes.
No, he didn't.
You can't tell me that was not apparent.
I'm looking forward to educating him
Yeah, but
on actually what happened.
You know, you can't say that.
Oh, you're a cheeky man. Look at those.
I don't know what
dimples.
that conversation was.
I do.
What maybe Michael Clark claims that conversation was. But, you know, I would imagine the conversation would be kind of like, you know, preacher, I'm going to tell you, justice is going to be served today. And the preacher's like, that's being Clark. The preacher's like, what do you mean? What I mean is I'm going to go in there. I'm going to go in there as sheriff, and I'm going to walk out as a felon. That's what I mean. I'm going to go in there. I'm going to look at Judge in the eye, and I'm going to tell that son of a bitch every single thing that I'm going to tell him, and I'm going to see what he says. And I'm going to tell you this, it don't really matter what he says. I'm going to make sure that he gets transported over to the other side as they're walking me out in cuffs. That's what I mean, preacher man. Now, I would say that is probably the more truthful part of the conversation that took place. That's what I would say. That's exactly what I was saying. My name is Brett Johnson. This is
The Brett Johnson
the
Show.
Brett Johnson Show.
I'm going to make up some
Defense
hats.
attorney Michael Hart did 8 years for Doug distribution
Yeah.
before he found the Lord. And he may have
Do the right damn thing.
found the Lord. I'm not saying he didn't. I'm not saying he didn't. I would not be someone that would say he did not. All right. I would say that if he's not talked about his past in a truthful manner, that is a problem. That means that you're still a liar to yourself, a liar before God, and a liar before the congregation that you're preaching to. That's what I would say. All right?
Yep.
And that lie, if
That's
he's
why I
not
beat
talking
him
about
to
this
death
stuff,
with that Bible verses.
that lie may be because of embarrassment,
In the
because
comments.
of pride.
All right. I'm going to cut it there because I've gone completely off track and deviated from my path already. All right. So, yeah, that was just a little bit of a snippet, bit of a taste, because he's now starting to get into stuff that we've been covering. And it would be awesome if we could do like even just a dual stream. We can stream on both channels and, to both, and get that message out to more people.
Yeah.
So, right. So get on over, and he's live, I think, at 9 a.m. every morning, apart weekends. Okay, so today stream. Hopefully you all know and are familiar with the name Ben Fields, unfortunately. Piece of shit. And we covered Mickey yesterday, and the jailer basically, and went through how long they had actually known what was going on at the jail with the sexual assaults and just the ankle monitoring company itself. Only that small little snippet. And so today I wanted to go back and just re-look at Ben's actions and the timeline of events, because it's not like it was just over a few weeks. It was actually over from the time the very first report that the first survivor made a complaint to Mickey Steins was in 2021. And it was 2 years later was the very last text message that Sabrina sent to Ben, that in that period was 2 years. And they're trying to claim that they had no knowledge. Mickey's claiming that he knew nothing until Judge Jimmy Craft and Robbie Cancer, is it?
Robbie Cancer, yeah.
Came and told him on the 31st of January in 2023, and took his badge and his gun and put him on unpaid leave. That's in Mickey's deposition. He says that's the first he knew about it. And the only way he found out was because those two came and apologized to him for not telling him sooner. So how long have they known?
Right.
And is that Judge Craft, he is the felony judge upstairs.
Circuit judge.
And, he hears all the family court stuff as well, doesn't he? So
Yep.
he's a mandatory reporter. So they're just, that whole jail needs to be shut down, just burnt to the ground.
It's a hot mess. It really is. I mean, and you had Ben Fields' sister, Holly,
And
over drug court.
his wife.
That whole system right there, was just not meant for success. I don't feel. I mean,
It's finally tuned to a very well-oiled machine, and they thought they were really insulated, but
I think Ben looked at it as a dating service. It's
Yeah.
like
and the silly thing is, it's his sloppiness really that's going to bring them down.
Yep.
Yeah. and he deserves it. They all deserve it. What have we got here? Let's have a look before we go on to the next bit. So they went to the same church, England Preacher Man, okay? Because Michael Clark's now got a ministry up in the mountains somewhere, like this huge ministry.
I think it's in Harlan County, I think. Is where
He-
he's at now.
He shot through pretty much. You didn't hear anything of him. I know that they took statements and interviewed him after the shooting because he was the last person to be with Mickey. But if you watch the video, he didn't even attempt at all to dissuade Mickey. If they'd had a conversation prior, there was no, hang on a second, Mickey, calm down. Let's talk about this, or
Maybe
warn
we
you.
shouldn't go in here right now, or like
He
I
just
said, the
left.
minute he shooed everybody out of the room,
And then locked the door.
he should have went straight right then and said, "Man, something's not right. These two men are my friends."
Yes.
Like he said, they are my friends.
Yes.
They're not acting right. Somebody needs to get in there. Simple.
Yep. So, and there is no documentation to be found at all. No depositions, nothing. So I'm going to put Brett onto that. That's his little job. Because I reckon he could find the that screening tool that Ben took as part of the CSO application that he was going to get anyway. That they test for the personalities and then do the polygraph.
Yes.
I want those results. I want to see what they have, because I guarantee you they will have come up short for sure.
I reckon a lot of stuff come out in the lie detector, the part of it.
Yeah.
So
They don't normally do the way I read the format of the thing, because it's done by, I think it's the FBI. It's like it goes out to an external company or an external independent body, and it's an online assessment, and you have to log into your own portal. You do the thing, you submit it to them, and they keep it. They don't give anyone a copy of that report at all, not even the employer or the employee. They don't tell him what his results were. They tell the employer, but they're not allowed to take a copy of it or anything. So they keep that. But the way that I read it was that if any red flags came up in that application, that's when they went on and did the polygraph. So if he's done the polygraph, something's come up.
something came up, yeah.
Yeah.
And then
And
I
I tried
reckon
to
stuff
look
came
up
up in
for-
that, but they still hired him anyway.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. And if I can prove that, like if we get the documents of that,
Yay.
No,
Yay.
it's not good. Hillbilly, I'm a child SA survivor and DV survivor. Sweetheart,
sorry.
you're in,
It's in our area.
unfortunately, you're in good company here, which is not a good thing to say, but we feel you. We've all been there.
Yeah.
And that's really sorry. I'm really sorry that you had to go through that, darling.
And I think in our area, SA and DV
the-
survivors don't get near the help or, to get out, to stay out, we just don't have those, those are things that we just wasn't taught,
Yeah.
which we should have. It should have been, but
But and Sabrina, that reminds me, I need to get that reference for the that counselor, that lady that she goes to.
yeah.
So that I can put it in with the resources. So, because there's a lack of counselors or psychiatrists,
Yeah.
whoever you have over there for the mental health stuff, that are specifically trained to deal with DV and sexual assaults, and that is a huge component over there. Huge.
Yeah.
I don't know anywhere else, but definitely Letcher County, and within the jail as well. So it needs to stop. And what's the point of having this PREA if you don't use it?
Yeah.
Like, all right. So you ladies have been doing amazing for months now. Oh, Brandy, you are very smart. She absolutely is. Yes.
Oh, thank you.
A walking encyclopedia. And I've showed his accent and sassiness. I've been called worse. Way worse.
She's been working on her Appalachian accent. too, so.
Y'all, I tell y'all I have. I actually find myself writing that. Like, if I'm in chat, I'm like, morning, y'all.
Yeah.
Can't help myself. Yeah, I've got more sass. More sass than no. I've got more ass than sass. Correct. That's exactly what we're trying to do. 100%. And we've been working with another content creator who has a panel of people, all true crime people, and so we've been working with them and streaming with them, and they've got 3 of the 5 of the on that panel have their own channels as well. So we're actually, when we stream, we're streaming to Brandy and Tyre's channel, mine, the content creator Devil's Advocates, and then 3 more from his streaming service. So in one go, we've got like 6 broadcasts going out at the same time, which is awesome.
Yeah.
So we've sort of dropped off a little bit because we've been doing a lot of research in the background, but we're gonna amp it back up again. So watch this space. What he did to Sabrina was, yeah, and she's not the only one. And we've got we're just talking to a couple of the others to try and get them to come and speak as well.
And once again, I think Sabrina opened another door for every one of us too to come forward. You know, it took a lot to, you know, like I said, tell her story, you know, from her words.
Yeah. And she did mention we've actually discussed the book behind the scenes. So I would really like to help her do that. That's something that I wanted to do. Actually, you would have a good input on that too, because your writing is beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
It's all right, my love. And were you aware, Hillbilly, that there was other people on that very first submission of Sabrina's? So there was 3 plaintiffs on there that were pressing charges, and we're going to go through all that today. But one of the 3 is no longer with us. She died suddenly just before, in the middle of the proceedings, basically. You know, that was very handy.
Very suspicious.
Yes. So we will go through that, and we're actually going to do was Lexi ever on the ankle monitoring program? Did she ever have any?
You know, I'm not sure about that. I don't know.
I thought I read it somewhere because I included her in the group, but I'm not actually sure.
She had started the process. She had talked to others, and she'd showed them like some evidence and different things that she had.
Yeah.
And she had talked to others about, you know, pressing charges herself, you know, going in and it never happened, you know. So
she had a videotape of her and Judge Mullins that she took to Mickey Stein's.
Yes, and she also had showed people around town, you know, other people that she had showed it to, you know, and things that had seen it. And so, you know, it wasn't a lack of evidence. It was just a fear, and she was wanting to see her children. And so she, like the rest of us.
How long was it after that she took that to Letcher County Sheriff's Office before she was killed, basically?
It wasn't long. It wasn't long at all. Everyone that had seen her right before she passed said that it was the best they had ever seen her, the clearest they'd ever seen her. She was sober. She had her head about her. And it just simply boiled down to she wanted to see her kids. she was told that she would be able to see them. And so she left her sober living and come back to Letcher County and didn't make it out, basically. So the in-betweens is still very questionable, but we know that she just didn't make it. So
Did she actually get, like, when she came back to Letcher, did she get rearrested and go back into jail and then
Yeah.
go to the psych facility, or
yes.
so? Okay,
Yes.
so she reoffended whilst she was here, or she was
Well,
there. Sorry.
she kind of it was her way back to Letcher County. She couldn't find a ride. She couldn't get back, and she was told by Judge Mullins that she could see her kids if she come back,
Mm-hmm.
and she
So
came back.
Huh? They lured her back.
Yeah. They used the one, like I said yesterday.
Yeah.
They used the one tool with all of us that we bend a knee to, our children, and they know that.
Yep. And yes, Kraft 2,000% dirty. 2,000. It was a family ruined organization in that. Yeah. And there is actually, I was going through all the documents in Letcher County Jail. Has like one of its policies and procedures that you're not supposed to employ family members. And like I was reading Smoker Hunter's tweet this morning, and she's like, one of the jailers, there's a jailer going for this new. Is that your phone, love? You right?
Yeah, it's fine. It's okay. No, it's all right.
She put up a post this morning because there's a new jailer running for Pike County, and his name is Jason Fields. I'm like, you're shitting me, aren't you? So we've got Jason Fields over there. We've got the new guy, Brian Fields running here. And then you've got Brian Sloan as the current jailer, and then Ben Fields. Are you sure that they're not all like inbred? Just, the names are all the same.
A lot of last names are common. You know, I know Brian Fields will always say, you know, tell him I'm not related to Ben. You know, so, but you know, it's the same set of last names that filter through.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. What were they? The Meads, the Shepherds, the Hogs, the
Cooks, the Hatton, you know, just
Hattons.
Oh my God, Niece. There's a lot of them.
Did you get the impression? I actually wanted to. I forgot to ask Sabrina yesterday, but I got the impression that she didn't trust Jeremy Bartley at all.
No.
Yeah. I mean, I get that he's defending Mickey, but as far as his involvement in the good old boy thing, I didn't think that he was part of that, or is he?
Well,
Allegedly.
you know, he's located down this way, kind of central, you know, Kentucky. So he's not from our area, but you know, I noticed that yesterday too, and because I had never heard of him before. He took on the case with Mickey. So you know, it was just I don't know if he has a history with the county or not.
Yeah. Apparently the Harlan judge told Michael Clark that he didn't ever want him in his courtroom ever again, and now they shipped him out straight after the shooting to this, because he was running wasn't he running the
Kane's Kitchen, or well, it was running out of the church.
Rooted the big families, the rich,
the uppy ups.
And then he got quickly moved out to this ministry out away, and
I think Harlan is his home county. I think that's where he originates from. So, but you know, I'd say more than once he's probably been a guest at the Letcher County Jail. You know.
Hillbilly says, Brandy, can you all do a show on the lie detector test? One show. Lie detector test.
Oh, I
We've got
would
to find
love
it.
to.
Got to find it. I wonder, is there like an online lie detector thing you can do? Like,
I
just
don't
for
know.
fun?
I know there was a lot of things that had come out with the lie detector test. I guess they found out that there had been some like drinking on the job. There
Uh-huh.
had also been, that's when it got told about the relations going on upstairs after hours with him and his now wife, Angie. So, but I think at that time, I don't think they were married, but
Is Michael Clark married?
yes.
Okay. And was he back then?
Yes, I believe so.
Oh, can I take an online lie detector test? How much fun would that be? Human lie detector test.
I would love for someone like the panel to get a hold of, just some of the, which
Yeah.
they did review the actual, I think you showed me that they had reviewed the
The what?
shooting itself, didn't they? Didn't they kind of, the
Who,
panel?
me? Yeah.
No, the panel. They had went over like reading the body language or
Oh, sorry, the behaviour panel. Yes.
yes.
They went over. Oh, shit. I know they did touch on it, but it was only a small bit. I think it might have been
Very
like
small.
the post shooting, I think. Like the Mickey's behaviour afterwards. I don't
Yeah.
actually think they went
Into
I can't remember. I did watch it, but yeah. I'm sorry. I don't
because
know.
people on the outside, I think, see things different than people that knew both men. Like, knowing both of them, it was kind of like, you didn't see that kind of aggression at that moment. How it built from where we started and how we ended up. It's just, yeah.
Yeah. We're going to have to do this one day, Brandy. There is an app that you can do to download a free lie detector test. Yeah, we'll have to do a stream on it, I reckon, because I reckon that would be hysterical. All right.
That would be a good one.
Yeah. Hello, Melody. How are you? Welcome. Michael Clark holds the key to me. Yes, he does. Many corrupt things. Hello, Miss Martha. Welcome. Welcome back. Oh, well, I'm glad you came up and said hey. Brandy, you're right. They don't get us survivors the resources that we need, especially after going through a trial. I was a small child, age 10. Yeah. But I remember everything that happened in trial. Yep.
That's why we're trying so hard to clear it up so the next generation don't have to have these horror stories of, things they had to see and go through.
Well, like we were saying the other day, you watched your mother go through it, and then you go through it, and then you watched your daughters go through it, and you fucked if you want to see your grandchildren. Enough is enough.
Yeah.
Assholes, it boils my blood. All right. My dad did work for the Kentucky State Police, and they helped him get his sentence reduced, which was crazy, especially when it comes to SA. Yeah. Yep. There is no incentive for them to rehabilitate anybody, because the whole entire objective is to make money off you, and the only way they make money off you is running you through these government-funded programs, because you have a dollar sign on your head. That funding can only be applied for if you go through the programs, and of course, these programs are now court mandated as part of your, paroles and stuff. So you have to do it, and the rehab itself is designed for you to fail. so that then you recycle back through the jail and round you go again for the next round of money spinning. Yeah. But the thing I was going to mention to you earlier, like when I spoke to Lee this morning, he was saying that he's really having difficulty getting the documents from Kentucky because you have to be a resident there. But he found a way around it. You can actually also have a business there. And he said for $40, you can register an LLC business in Kentucky, and then you can receive the
Documents.
documents. And then I was reading through Smoker Honda's tweet, and she was saying that no, it was something she'd reposted, and they were questioning where this funding was coming from, and that they were investigating this LLC company because this company was claiming those benefits, like the grant money. So
Yeah.
it's almost like it's a shelf company that has all the things on paper and it looks really pretty, that has the qualifications to apply. Well, what I think Judge Mullins was doing was creating we've got this really good idea. We're going to do this, 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 and this, the proposal, present it. They create the funding for it. They get paid the funding for it, but no one ever does the service, yeah? Because it sits on an online shelf. They just reap the money. That's it. And I thought that's another way they can launder the money through.
Yeah.
Who's having shelf companies, Who's going to check that?
Yeah, nobody.
And there's no paper trail.
Now, ARC done that, or the founder of ARC, I'll put it that way. If you look at how many companies that he actually has under his name, it's ridiculous. Yeah.
There you go.
Oh, yeah. There's a lot of them.
There you go.
So, and some of them, the address was abandoned lots, or just, it
didn't matter where, as long as it's an address in Kentucky.
Yeah.
That's the only prerequisite.
That brings in all the funding from the opioid crisis and the funding from, all these other Title IV, parenting stuff, so, oh yeah, I'm making out like a bandit off of Medicaid.
Yeah, anything that's got program on the end of it.
And another thing we talked about, me and Ty was talking about one night about how when she was in prison or gone, she received bills after she come home from where she had services or treatment or something at a doctor when she was locked up. So it's like her Medicaid was still being charged for doctor visits and different things, and there was no way it was her,
Yep. That happened to Ty too.
Yeah, too. I was talking about Ty. Yeah. So, it's a situation that, when they get your Medicaid information in jail and they start with the charges, for your MAT treatments and counseling and all these things. And once you leave, are they still getting that money for you?
And your court-ordered Suboxone treatment that is prescribed to Mountain Comprehensive.
Right. And that's sad. Like I was saying, Sabrina was talking yesterday about how she didn't want to go on it. She didn't want to have to take it because, it's just something else to be dependent on. And, it does do good things and it has saved lives, but, you shouldn't be required to take it,
Yeah, absolutely.
But, they're not going to let her just walk away free and clear. I mean,
And they can say no to that. Like if they've court mandated it and they've done that for a reason, who do you go to? You've got no option.
No.
And that's how having their finger in every single pie in the whole county, every office, every, law enforcement, CPS, family court, the whole lot, they all support one another and they all feed into this pot.
Yeah. And it's a large pot. It's a large pot because we received a lot of funding from the flooding, the floods wiped everything out. So, there's a lot of things that's come into our county that, it's not benefited any of the citizens.
And we were going through drug court yesterday. I actually got online and did a bit of a search on the statistics to see if there was anything out there that could say, it's been a successful program.
Yeah.
Nope.
Nothing.
Nope. Nothing.
Mm-mm.
So who are they accountable to?
Right. And, Letcher County is one of the top counties in the state for corruption. Not just our area, the whole state,
No.
it's kind of like, holy moly.
Yeah, and I honestly believe even what triggered it for me was, the connection between the two judges, so Cohen and Mullins. So
Yeah.
Mullins was part of this committee and he only has to be a part of it. And then he can then in the committee put forward all these applications basically for different things. And that committee could be not answerable to anybody. It's just like a meeting, a group that they create ideas for to apply for more funding. And I think he was the mastermind behind all of that.
Yeah.
All of that stuff. He was the money bringer, I reckon. And for you to say that ARC, which is another Title IV funding program that they created, that Michael Clark ran, why would you have so many businesses under it?
Right. He was their community liaison. It was his official.
He was
title.
everywhere. Yeah, he had his finger in everything.
Yep.
He is the brains behind that, I believe. That's
well, it's almost like a commission for every, patient that was brought in.
Yeah.
So, it was it's kind of, in the same kind of gray area with the house arrest. Nobody knows the rules. Nobody knows what's supposed to, actually happen. So we're all kind of, you count on our leaders to be honest and point us the way, and no. No.
So Martha Mitchell says she was a state investigator for 20 years. The bug lady. Oh, do you know what? That was, if I had my time again, that I would be a forensic psychologist just instead of a nurse. That's where I'd go. Like there is so much to learn from the age of, I hate the word, but maggots and the things that actually feed on a dead tissue.
We have a place in America, Jody. It's called it's in Knoxville, I think, Tennessee, and it's called the Body Farm. And you can donate your body.
Yep.
When you pass, and they set it up in different scenarios and scenes and things like that, where you can see what, how long it would take a body in a trunk to decay, or and so they got a real scientific, kind of way of doing it, and I always thought that was interesting.
I think that's why I focus a lot on the medical stuff as well, because that's where I understand more because of my experience. And for me, to like the scientific side of stuff is more my forte. Martha, did you actually watch the Karen Reid trial by any chance with Officer John O'Keefe? I'd actually be interested to have a chat with you about that, because there's a few things that I noted with that trial. All right, so Martha Scott said, I've got a college degree in past physics, not the smartest, but in the top 16. Look it up and you'll know if a body is dumped, and preserve the DNA of the victim. Yeah, you can, from the actual bugs that you find, you can actually determine or narrow down the time of death based on their age and, there's where they are in their cycle of growth. All right. Where are we? I can't keep up with the chat. Brandy, the more awareness that is brought to it, the best. Kids figure, maybe. Yes. Yes. Thank you. They won't answer FOIA without a lawyer to enforce it. Regular folks just don't. No, they don't. It's a real battle to get any documents in Kentucky. Yeah, they actually have a citizen rule where you need to be a citizen to get it, and it's for me. It's
Well, even for the citizens, it's hard. We
Yeah,
had trouble getting people's. I mean, you know, Kai and my son, we all submitted, but they submitted for their own records and can't get them. So,
yeah. Well, that's what Sabrina said yesterday. She can't get her own stuff.
yeah, she can't either. So
No. Hillbilly says Kim Childers runs not county drug court. Why do I know that name? Childers. I never was in any program like drug court. I just was in court. You got to go?
no, I'm fine.
Okay. Yes, Brandy, I heard about the body farm. Hello, sir. How you going, sweetheart? You're welcome to join us, sweetie, if you want to. I did email you the link. And if either of you ladies would like to join us, just say so, and I'll drop you the link in chat, and you can come up and have a.
Jody, can you send Brianna one? She said she'd like to come on.
Oh,
yeah.
Wow. Absolutely. No, I haven't got her email address.
Oh, okay, I'll forward it from mine.
All right, that'd be awesome. That'd be awesome. Thanks, darling.
Okay. She said she wanted to tell me something, so she said, "Can I come on?" I said, "Yes, yes, yes."
Of course she can. Of course she can. Yes, I saw that. I am disgusted. Absolutely disgusted. She is an evil, vile woman, this Letitia Stout. Oh. Brandy, this is a lady. Not a lady, sorry. No, that's Letitia Stout was the stepmother of, is it Brandon? God, it was a while ago. I watched that trial.
That little
Gavin.
Is it Gavin?
Oh, it just starts with a G, and I can't remember. That's awful.
Oh yeah, that case broke my heart.
I know. And now
goodness.
she's been given. She's won her appeal, and she's been granted a second trial. She's evil. Evil.
Yeah.
Wow. Looky here. Look what the cat dragged in.
Listen here, I've been on the phone with lawyers all morning, and nobody will take my case.
Are you shitting me?
No. And listen, that Jennifer Taylor, the one that I got 13 years over, she's who signed all my paperwork. She's not even a real fucking person.
A lawyer.
No, she's not. No. That's
so what do I do? Because I mean, either it's like this: either I go turn myself in and go do this time I don't deserve. I don't deserve that.
Don't you dare.
She don't deserve it.
No, don't you dare.
Sabrina brought it up yesterday, talking about how they done you. It wasn't fair and wasn't right, and it's not at all.
And listen, I got enough to get I have enough. James, listen, I do not believe Jimmy Kraft knew what was going on with me with all that stuff. You
Bullshit.
Really?
Absolutely.
He did. I think so too, Bree.
Yeah,
he was so good to me in drug courts. Is just the fact, you know what I mean? He was just so good to me. It's hard to believe that he would do me that way because, like, you know, he like it was like he didn't know what drug court was saying when they were letting me do it, when they were letting me date Stacy, which I don't even care about that. I've done the time over that.
Do you think that maybe he wasn't being informed of what was going on by hauling him?
Just with me. That's all I can say about me. I do not think that he knew what was going on with me at the time.
Yeah.
But
because they told me not to tell him. Robbie knew the whole time. He told me not to tell him, and he told me not to tell Holly because he said that's being sister and I would be treated differently. But
Yeah.
I already was treated differently.
Yeah.
Just to let everybody know, this is Brianna. Thank you for joining us, sweetheart. So Brianna is one of the plaintiffs that was on the very initial charges that were laid against Ben for the ankle monitoring. So there was 3 women on there initially,
See,
and
I never got into the civil case because me and him did not have sex. No. Did he touch me? Yes. Did he kiss me? Yes. And
Yeah.
I also asked him to take me to jail. And that's the dash cam footage that they have is he was trying to kiss me. And I was like, man, you come on like you're hungry.
yeah,
Do. And I said, take me to jail. And he
it
did.
it doesn't. You don't actually have to have the sexual intercourse for it to be.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Which
If
in
we would have been
hindsight,
in a
yeah,
place
but
where we could have, he would have.
Yeah.
oh,
So
it makes me want to vomit. He makes me want to retch. Ugh.
Him
But
in
yes,
the ugly ass cowboy boots. What the? And you know what? His wife Angie, is a good person. Like my
she
dad,
chose to fuck that though. Like fuck.
look, God rest his soul, man. He loved her. She was so good to me. She would let me go in and hug him when I was little when he was in jail. And like when I went in, I did get really, really messed up on drugs and I got put in jail. She stayed right by my side. You know what I mean? And I felt like such a piece of shit over the Ben thing. You know what I'm saying? And you know,
Why would you hold that guilt? It's on Ben.
right.
Well-
But you know, she probably holds it against me too, because.
Well,
But
you know, Sabrina was talking yesterday about how, you know, she felt bad about,
Yeah.
you know,
Well,
Angie
she was
felt
raped.
bad about.
She was actually raped. That's why my story can't hold a candle to hers. Like she got done shit.
Oh yes, it can.
You don't deserve what you got going right now at all, Bree. No, not at all.
This woman murdered her husband, shot him in the back, got 7 years right before I got 13.
And what did you get 13 for? Not shooting someone in the back.
Right. She got 7 years after killing her husband, shoot him in the back. Self-defense now. In the back.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And right after I went up, I get 13. I had 8, but old Jennifer Taylor messed up my paperwork and I signed for an extra 5 years.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
That sounds like what happened to Ty. By the time she got over to the booking office, they'd added an extra 5 years to hers as well.
Yeah.
and they also done the whole thing with your child support, and her child support's paid off.
Mine
Bree,
is completely paid off in full. In full. It was $12,000. It was paid off in full.
And you know, Judge Mullins had the say on that. He had the choice whether to add the interest on top of it. He could say yay or nay, basically, and he chose to yay.
Right. And like, people don't understand. Like, yeah, I've got a warrant now for absconding, but
For a crime that you
I'm
didn't do.
go to that jail, and any cop that's ever took me to jail, any judge I've ever went before of, I am a respectful person. When you arrest me, I do not try to fight back. I know why I deserve it. I'm going. This time, man, I just can't. I can't make myself go turn myself in because I don't deserve it.
it was a bag of Epsom salt.
Yep.
And I got 2 charges with 1 bag.
Yeah, they doubled jeopardy there, basically, with 2 different charges on the same thing that they didn't. It don't exist. They don't have it. They didn't send it off. So, how can she even prove she's innocent when they lost the evidence?
Mm-hmm.
That's
because there wasn't any.
Yeah, right. There wasn't none.
But they'll tell you there is. They will lie and cheat and do the dirty bad. Like, I didn't realize the extent of it until, and I probably still, there's probably more that Sabrina's got to tell, but like, just the shit that she was telling me about what they were doing just before the trial, and then to hear that they'd called her fucking son and her husband, which they had no intention of actually putting them on the stand. There's no way.
Yeah, I didn't get to chance to tell you about that, Bree.
It's a tactical fucking decision that they made, because if they're on a witness list, they are not allowed to be in the courtroom at all through any testimony. So that kept them out of the courtroom, and that kept Sabrina's support network away from her.
And plus, she didn't want to put her child through that. So
my babies can't even go nowhere with me now because I'm on the run.
So it's limited her whole life because decisions other people made.
Yep. And in the real world, he'll believe, if there is no evidence, there is no case. But they manufactured it. They claimed that Epsom salts was meth and charged her for it.
Yeah.
And the fact that 2 weeks before Ben went in to do his time, miraculously, let's go and get Sabrina. Let's lock her up, and we'll let her out when he's done his time.
Yeah.
Like, don't tell me that's not strategic. There is no such thing as coincidences.
If you listen to one of Jen's interviews, she's sitting there, they're asking her, "You mean you're still in jail?" And she's like, "Yes."
Not been arraigned.
She's in jail right now.
Had she not been arraigned at the time?
No, Jen. No, Jennifer Hill. When they done her interview in Perry County, she was in Perry County on a Letcher County charge, and they couldn't understand why it was a simple charge. I can't remember. I'd have to go back through and listen to it. And he kept asking her, is that it? I guess I'm here.
Yeah. So, Brianna, did you know Jen before the court?
Yes, I've known
proceedings.
Now, I don't know, man, about her death. That's wild to me.
I was just about to, What was the first thing that went through your bloody head when
I was like,
heard the news? Pardon?
I just thought for sure I was like, they killed her. They killed her because she was clean, bro. And I had seen right before that, like she was like a mom figure. You know what I'm saying? Like she wouldn't just straight up, like she didn't want me doing meth. She didn't want me doing, like, she actually gave a shit about me. And her and my dad were good friends, and her husband Chris Triplett, he was real good for her.
He actually submitted 2 complaints on her behalf.
Yeah. They were just good to me. Like, that's all I could, period. And me and her talked about it in jail, because as soon as Ben locked me up, I stayed 6 months. And then I got drug court when I hired Jennifer Taylor, and that bitch was an idiot. Let me listen. She would say, and I'm like, what the fuck? And I would, my mom would be like, oh my God, why ain't she Brianna, tell her to object right now, because that's not I'm like,
Jennifer Taylor, if no one knows, is the alleged attorney that was representing Elizabeth what's her last name? Jones on Beverly Crime for her defamation case or something, is it? I don't know.
It's against the school board.
Elizabeth Jones, leave my name in the motherfucking mouth, because I ain't talked to her not one time. We haven't had not one conversation. But what I want to know is how she knew that the law walked in on me while I was in the shower. Because it ain't like they there and rape me. They just come in there. You know what I mean?
Is this in the jail?
Huh?
Where were you showering, in the jail or
at my house?
And they just came into your house while you're in the shower?
Yeah.
Yeah.
My ex-husband let them in, and he told them I was in the bathroom. They all come back there, and they waited on me, son. I changed my clothes, put my clothes on, and I was like, what am I going to jail for? I said, how'd y'all even know where I was? I was in the head of defeated creek, Brandy.
Oh, my Lord.
30 at a Whitesburg, just on a back road. If you ain't got gas, you better not go over.
No,
You will run out.
it's out in the middle of nowhere. I mean,
4 of them come for me deep. 4 of them deep. The only cop that I can say, which they've all been respectful towards me, the cops, the actual cops. James Norris, that's one of the most respectable cops that I've ever encountered with. You know what I'm saying? He knew. He's the one that drug court lied and said he saw me, and he looked right at me and said, "I did not say I seen you. That's a lie." He sure did. And he said it in front of every guard that was at the jail. Sure did. He told me that was a lie. So there's one of the reasons the drug court supposedly terminated me, but it's a lie. It's a straight up, they lied.
Yeah. Yeah.
and then what broke my heart this time was Bree asked for help. That's what this program is designed for. And she went in and told them, I need help. Please, I need help.
Look, my PO, thank God, was in Bell County. Okay, her name's Thecia Smith. She's a really, really good person. Okay, I've never failed a drug test for her. I ain't had a faint line. You know what I'm saying? I ain't had a faint line on any panel in any drug test I have took for that probation office since I got released in December of 2022. I got released and I went to Bell County to be with Hillary. And I will tell you what, they were good to me, but I was actually doing the program. I wasn't doing drugs on the side. I wasn't high, taking something. You can't take nobody's PM, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And I called her and she was like, listen, she's like, I'm going to be out until the 29th. I had 9 days that I could have got clean and went in there and passed and left. But I couldn't because I was freaking myself to death over my dad and I was doing dope again.
Yeah.
I started doing dope again. So I went in there with it in my system. And she said, Brianna, you've had 9 days to get clean. I said, that's what I'm telling you. I mean, I need help.
Yeah. You didn't have the support.
And she was like, okay, I got you. Well, when she asked me how I was doing it, I said, I was shooting it. And she was like, you're going to jail. And I said, why? And she said, because I don't want you to die before I get you into rehab. And I was like, point taken. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay. Because she was, and I mean,
Tough love.
I was only in jail 13 days. I mean, she got me straight into rehab as soon as she could. And then somebody has to bring up, ain't you the one from Hillbilly Crime? And then one thing says one thing and one thing leads to another. I get into an argument and then to an altercation. So I have to leave rehab. How fun is that?
Yeah.
She's got a lot to answer for, that woman. A lot to answer for.
Now that's why I'm wanted. Don't you think that if I didn't want help and plan to get it and plan to succeed with it, that I wouldn't have went and asked for help, went to jail.
100%.
I was in rehab for 20 some days, and then that shit happened, and I left and stuff, and then but I didn't want to go and turn myself straight in. I wanted somebody to know what happened and that I deserved a second chance, because that is the first and only time I've ever messed up. And I went in and told them. I never got caught fucking up. I went in and told her I needed help. I still got the messages. And that's the truth. Now,
And, for that program to be set up and designed to do that, that's not what's happening.
No, not at all. And did you know that
and I'm still, I will pay $200 for a hair follicle at any time they want to drug test me. I come out of that rehab clean, and I'm clean today.
Yep.
When Sabrina was actually released from jail, she had to go and submit for a random drug test with her PO, and then she went home, and her PO rang her and said, "Are you okay?" She had a lethal dose of fentanyl in her system from the jail.
Yeah, I forgot to tell you about that. Yeah,
From the jail. When she done her time, and she was released. She
Yeah.
went straight to her PO, did a random screen, and she was full of fentanyl. Full of it. She doesn't know how she survived.
What the fuck, bro?
Yep. Yep. So
Oh.
they tried to get her there too.
Yep.
They tried to get her there. And they've tried a number of times.
And you know,
know.
you got to think Bree has that in the back of her mind. You know, she knows what happened with Jennifer, and you know what they've tried. So you know, there's that fear in your mind,
Yeah.
like what's going to happen to me?
The retribution, absolutely.
People that I trust to talk to, you are the only, Jody, you're the only one that I've told anything to. Like, I'm not telling Elizabeth shit, and I'm stop talking about me.
Oh, that's lovely. Yeah, you'll appreciate this. Where's my little
Or me and her can go talk about it. That's fine too. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
absolutely like rapt that Sabrina was comfortable enough to come on yesterday. It blew my mind. It was awesome, absolutely awesome.
She's been through a lot of shit, man.
She is a strong woman, and yeah, I'd take my hat off to her.
And I
I just
feel because like me and her, the first time we ever spoke, we got in a big argument because we were both seeing Stacy.
yeah, yep,
No, I didn't know. You know what I'm saying?
yep.
And he got what he wanted from me, and kudos to him. Hey, that's the first and only man that's ever played me and got away with it. But
Yeah,
I
that's a hard lesson learned, isn't it?
yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
bad part is that like my feelings were real. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? And my dad had just died too. Come on, I didn't deserve that shit. You didn't have
Yeah.
to. Right after I just lost the only person that, you know, I've been so. I mean, just
It's your dad, you know.
Yeah.
that was my best friend. So,
And they always with these youngins, they wait till it's the hardest time of their lives, and then it's like pounce, you know.
Oh,
that's just
Uh-oh.
because
hang
like,
on.
the guy that they hooked me up with got me terminated. Drugs didn't. I never felt for drugs because I was doing the program. I just
Mm.
fell into a damn trap. Didn't even get a sanction.
Yeah.
I got a couple of funny things for you.
I ain't no
You ready?
lawyer. I don't want to be no lawyer.
I didn't.
Hey, what was that?
I didn't hear nothing. What did she say? Something when you played it?
Oh, put it on again. Hang on.
I ain't no lawyer. I don't want to be no lawyer.
Play it one more time. I had to tap it for the sound. I just realized that. I'm so stupid.
I ain't no lawyer. I don't want to be no lawyer. Bullshit. Bullshit.
Has more sense than she does.
Oh, I gotta stop.
It appears her lawyer didn't want to be a lawyer either. So
Yes. So what's happened there is she's registered it she was under the Florida bar as Jennifer Taylor, but Jennifer Taylor's not her real name. Her real name is Virginia Taylor.
Yeah.
And so she's was falsely acting like, so they've completely taken her off it all now, and she's had to withdraw from representing Elizabeth. So I don't know what she's supposed to do about that, but yeah, she's been practicing under the not even a real name. How do you
Right.
do that?
And you know,
it's
to
a
stand
Bar
up,
Association of Lawyers, that there's a standard you got to meet. Yeah, identity, one of them. Just-
right. But you know, people in Letcher County, you know, kind of counted on her, and they gave her their money, and she took off with their money. Some of them, and you know, and then or they ended up like Brianna, and I would say she didn't have a clue.
No, listen what my mom done to her. Oh God, listen. The day that I got out of jail, she said, "We're going to go over here to their office." I'm actually going to turn my camera on so you can see this. Okay, I'll look up.
Oh, you're in the bathroom.
All my stuff even.
I know.
Institutionalized. This is just where I stay. And I
Yep.
got a house, but anyway. So thank you, Letcher County Jail, by the way, for institutionalizing me. But
Yep.
yeah. But so this bitch, yes, that's what she is. But she's working inside of a law office across from the courthouse, right on from Street Side. I forgot his name. Anyway, she was working under him.
Mhm.
So my mommy and me go in there, and that man said my mom had told him she wanted to come in and talk to both of them because she had just completely fucked me. She had just got me an extra 5.
Ugh.
Okay, so I was like, this bitch. And my mom's like, now don't you be weak-kneed when we go in here. You tell her exactly what you think of her. So when I sit down, he said, what's the problem? I said, the problem is she's fucking retarded. Now are you going to pass her on because I'm not giving her no more money. You know, that man told my mom she didn't have to pay one more dime. My mom started to record it. You ain't allowed to record me. And my mom said, but I am. But
Good
I
on her.
record you. She
Good
said,
on her.
I'm letting everyone know that something ain't right. Like Brianna got that jail court, thank you, but she got an extra 5 years for what?
Yeah.
She wouldn't object. They said my time. She did not object and say, no, it's not 13. It's 8.
Yep.
Okay. I left thinking all that was fixed. Okay. When they terminate me and I go back to jail, I get 6 months later after Lexi stayed right and laid right on the mat with me because she was just fed up with the outside world, she told me.
Yep.
So they never said a word to her. It wasn't nothing sexual. She was scared, and I was the only
He was scared.
and Christy Mason was the only one she trusted. I even stayed up front for a week because she asked me to, and that's miserable time up there. You don't get TV or nothing. But so
So that was in the isolation cells at the front of the jail, is it?
see, like the guards never was mean to me. They wasn't one guard that was mean to me. Swear to God, they was not. Bert Sloan, good. I've known him my whole life, and he's always been good to me.
Yeah.
Like, they've all
In your face.
And when the stuff happened with like them saying like whatever was going on in the jail, I don't know because I never seen it, and I also I was never done wrong. You see what I'm saying? Them guards would way to be nice to you, and Sarah.
No, but because they prey on the vulnerable ones.
I wasn't there when Sarah worked there. I wish I would have been, but I wasn't there when she worked there. But I know Sarah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's like my kid. Like she's good people. Like
She's like your little sister.
yeah. but I love her like a child, like for real, because like she just like I literally watched her grow up, literally. And Brandy's like my second mommy. So and she's the only one that so far has been trying to do anything for me about the Jennifer Taylor thing. Because listen, right there is like that's like God saying, here is your window. You either take it or not. Because, I swear I think all that fell into place because seriously, that's my way out of this shit. I don't care to go to time. Give me time deserved. Give me the time I deserve. Don't. They're trying to put me away for at least 4 years because I'll have to pull a percentage of each charge because they stack them on me. Like, come on,
Because
dude.
Jennifer Taylor fucked up.
Yeah, I mean, she could have at any time asked them, okay, produce the evidence. Let's see some evidence. Or can you...
One of their tricks, I think that's part of their intimidation tactic. They tell you all of this shit that they allegedly have on you, but they don't.
And Ben Fields' sister was my counselor.
Yeah.
After all that happened.
Yes.
Come
That's
on.
the messed up stuff, Jody. I tell you that, you're in front of people that, what do?
Yeah.
You just have to go with it,
Brianna, do you know if did Lexi ever get onto the ankle monitoring, the home incarceration program at all?
She was on it once because she was at Jamie's house while she was on it, and he's a good friend of my family's and stuff. He's a guy, but she was on his at his house on it. I remember, but I don't really remember. Like, I'm pretty sure she could, because she would go, go with him when he would go to like a cross drive. He drove trucks, and or to go with him. You know what I'm saying? So
did she ever say anything about Ben?
no, not to me.
No.
To be honest, she cried to me more about her daddy and her papaw and what they were doing to her, and it blew my mind.
Yeah. She had a rough way to go.
She had no. And the only people she did have left, pretty much, she had to pay them in some way to remain in her life, except for her brother. Like, he loved her genuinely, still does.
Yeah.
Children, people that matter, but people that didn't even deserve her company.
Yep.
He would have to pay in ways that is just
Wrong.
Incomprehensible. Like, you keep cutting out, darling.
But I watched her cry about it, and I watched her, and she asked me if I thought God would forgive her for that, and I said God doesn't blame you for that. Now, I don't know about forgiving your dad and everybody, but you know what I'm saying? I said, you're safe. I even told her she would stay with me when I got out. That was the plan. But like, oh honey, got out of the chair. I'll never forget. She had drunk some hand sanitizer, man, and they put it right where she could get it. Right, like it was right where she could get it. It was right beside the phone. And so Cassie, who is actually kind of like married into my family deal situation, she was my sister's. They have kids. My sister's brother had kids with her, and I've known her my whole life too. We went to school together my entire life. She's a couple years younger than me, but her and Amanda both were working, and they both. Well, actually, they let Lexi out to pee, and where they had been talking shit about her, where she could hear it. Lexi don't play.
Nope.
Knocked Cassie to the floor. Her big old ass went to the floor. And then Amanda come running. She popped out twice. They kind of gave up on her, and both of them, they're thick old girls. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So, do you think Mullins lured her back deliberately to Letcher County?
Well, she told me that she got arrested for being out and about high and stuff. But like she never told me nothing like that. She never even told me nothing about her kids. She was crying, was sick of having to support her drug habit, and when even had to get it for however she had to get it. But I know we're live, but I will say I know she was lying when she told me those things, and I hope that if anybody is like really feeling guilt, that it fucking eats them alive, because that girl was beautiful, inside saying,
Yeah.
tough, man. She was tough, but she's been alone her whole life.
Yep.
Her mom and papa was all she ever had, and she mommy died. I mean, it's been like she had a bad life, and it was didn't like what I can't understand is no matter what they told me, she died at the psych ward on suicide watch.
Yeah. 24-hour suicide watch in a glass room, where you're supposed to be checked on every 15 minutes, and there should be nothing within there that you can harm yourself, but yet she had a sheet.
And hung herself.
Yeah.
Yep.
I
Yep.
was talking to Brandy before the stream, darling, and I think we're going to do Lexi and Jen's story next because I think it chronologically as well. It leads into from where we're at now, and it's time. It's time. They need to be.
Kind of like a memorial for them, like, kind of,
Yeah.
So if you want to join us for that when I schedule it, I'll because I want to do. I've got a few things that I need to set up first, but yeah, I'll send you the thing, and you can, because I don't know Lexi's story. Like this is for you girls to, but she needs to have her voice heard, and so does Jen. That's the least that they deserve, So for everyone else, like there's the three initial people that were on. Well, did you actually get onto the? I know you'd made the complaint, but were you on the paperwork for the court filings with Sabrina? You weren't listed actually on the paperwork, were you?
No, because they were like, to be honest, like I was afraid that it just would what happened to me wouldn't enough to do that. You see what I'm saying? Her, yes. Me, no. I know that it was still wrong and stuff. Don't get me wrong, but like I felt like that people would think I was just trying to get money.
Yeah.
Because where I would interviews and all that stuff, but I mean, I don't have anything to say that nobody don't already know. That hillbilly crime ain't already told, and I don't know where she's getting her information, but most of it's solid. So who the hell's talking about me?
Yeah.
Because they ain't many people that know that story, Jody and Brandon.
Sorry.
Yeah.
What was that? You broke up, love. I didn't hear you.
Do what?
You broke up. Say that again.
Not a handful of people knew about the law coming on me like that. And the law didn't tell her.
No.
No.
So who's talking to her in my circle? I know it's not my mommy because my mom she won't want nothing to do with her. And but I mean, it only leaves a few. And I know that my ex-husband, he wasn't doing it because, I mean, he's not the type that would do that to me.
I was shocked when she unredacted your name. Like I thought, oh crap.
Yeah.
I didn't know if you had said it was okay, or I mean, because that's been a while back, but you was listed as redacted for a long time, and
what's that even mean? What do you mean?
like your name's blacked out.
Your identity was kept private.
Yeah. Yeah, well, she started talking about me real quick, and I don't know how to go about doing anything about that, so that straight pisses me off.
If it's public record, I don't think there's much you can do, my love, unfortunately, unless it was a court ordered, to be sealed, and she broke that seal. Apart from that, if it's a court filing, it's public record. So
we had wondered where she was friends with Bree's attorney. How easy would it be to find out the unredacted information? And everything.
Easy FOIA request, simple as that.
Yeah.
You can even get on the court portal and look it up. I just want to address this because I'm like way behind in the comments. So Hillbilly said, Jody, if it's not a problem, I'd like to come up and share my story one day with you all, if I don't mind. Absolutely fucking don't mind whatsoever, my darling. So
who said that?
One of the ladies in chat, Hillbilly.
But she's not a hillbilly crime.
No. So 100% not a problem. I will put my email address in chat for you, and you can reach out to me whenever you like. And we can certainly work something out whenever you are ready, my love. And that goes for anyone else that's listening in the chat as well. More than welcome, because the more people
here, guys,
almost, I think it's part of the healing process to actually voice it and say it out loud and in a supportive environment. Do you know what I mean? Because I think you said, Brandy, it's been helpful for you to heal a little bit. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, it has for me, just to have someone to talk to and to talk about things, because I'm pretty quiet, a quiet person. That's, I guess, how I pick up on stuff. I'm quiet and listen to everybody.
Yeah.
But it has helped, though.
Yeah. All right. So that's my email address in chat, sweetheart. So just copy and paste it and flick me a message and we'll sort something out. All right. Now I'm going to bring this document up. I want to show you because, as I said earlier, it's when I first read through all the paperwork, it wasn't clear to me the time frame. So when you first reported about Ben to Mickey, it was in 2021, is that right?
Are you telling me?
Yeah. When did you put
Yes.
your first complaint about Ben to Mickey?
Yes. I thought you said to me.
2021?
I was like, wait, did I talk to you in 2021?
No, I've done an analysis timeline on it basically to try and work out.
Like, listen, with dates, I am horrible at because my mind is still just, from 13 years worth of drugs. I mean,
Yeah,
that'll do
that's
it.
all right. This has all come from the depositions and the court documents. So,
Right. See, like, okay, but I remember point blank this. My daddy was alive because my daddy, they wanted me to give my daddy up because he had a failure to appear warrant. I told them, I said, do you think for a second?
no, she's dropping out. Hello.
Now the more I think about it, I probably should have, just because maybe he wouldn't be dead right now because he died in 2021. But he knew what Ben was doing too because I let him read the messages, everything. And my dad was fine in the ambulance, but when they got to the hospital, I wasn't 5 minutes behind them. They told me they had to sedate him and put him on the vent to 100%.
So the timeline that I've got basically is like, so from mid-December in 2018 is when Ben began running the house arrest program. And then he's officially hired as a CSO on the 6th of January the following year, so a month later. And then on the 16th of October in 2020 is when you texted your mum from the courthouse saying Ben said that he'd get me straight back out. So that's when he tried to advance on you and you said no, yeah? And
yes, and that's what I told Mickey. I said, listen, Ben kissed me. And he did. He pinned me up against the wall and he kissed me, holding my honey. And it actually surprised me he could lift me up, but I was a dopehead, so I didn't like it. But it was gross. And the only thing I could think of weirdly to say is his wife, because you know what I'm saying? Like, even though I was a dopehead and I was completely strung out, gone mentally, like I still had respect. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why I never went and met him. I never did I meet him without Bobby with me. And that was my excuse every time. I said, well, Bobby's with me. You know what I'm saying? I mean, my husband's with me. Because I didn't want to have to do nothing. I was just feeding him full of shit, basically.
Yeah. So when you sent that text to your mum, how long after that did you put the complaint into Mickey?
To be honest, I honestly can't give you like my mom knows. My mommy can tell you everything. And I'll get that.
Like, was it a days, weeks, or months? Like, it was fairly close to that?
It was days because my mom had said, Mickey wants you to come to the sheriff's office and talk to him, Brianna. So when I went, you know what I'm saying, he was good to me. He always has been. I mean, I'm just being honest. Mickey's always been good to me.
You can be a good man. Like, you can be good to people. You can be nice to them, but you can still do the wrong thing. For, you know what I mean? Like, he financially benefited. I see it as two different crimes. So there's the depravity, Judge Mullen's sexual shit, and then you've got the people that turn the blind eye, that keep their mouth shut, and they have their hand out for doing it. Yeah, and that was where Mickey falls. All right, he even says in his deposition that the first time that he heard about Ben as alleged sexual abuse of Sabrina or anyone else was the 31st of January 2023 when Mickey basically took his badgered gun. And clearly you've told him 3 years earlier.
Yeah.
Or 2.5. Yeah?
Yeah.
So that 2.5 year period, that allowed then Ben to prey on, because Mickey didn't do anything about it. And that is where he's fallen, he's not met his duty. Do you know what I mean? Like his duty of care to you. So that has then allowed Ben to continue.
Someone had told me that Ben walked straight up to, Mickey walked straight up to Ben and said, listen, there's been another one come forward. I'm going to need your gun and badge.
Yep. That was the January 23.
Okay.
Yeah. So there's 2.5 years have lapsed since he first knew and did nothing about it. So because when you're incarcerated, you don't have the ability to protect your own civil rights. Do you know what I mean? Because you're contained within the jail. So that is their responsibility to do that. And both the jailer and Mickey are responsible. And they let everyone down. And if to be honest, Jen's death is on him because he did nothing. Yeah. And that's how they're accountable, because they are. Indifference is not an argument. If you know it, you can't ignore it. There was nothing done. Was Ben ever hauled over the coals? Was he ever sanctioned? You know what I mean? Like nothing ever came of it when you reported it.
I should have told Angie first. Is who I really should have, out of respect and all that, who I should have told first. But I was afraid that she wouldn't either believe me or that she would, be mad.
Side with him.
Yeah.
Yes.
So after you said something to Mickey, then there was Jen. So Chris apparently put in official complaints about Jennifer and Ben, and then you've got Sabrina as well, and still nothing was ever done. Nothing.
Right.
Like, and don't tell me that in 2.5 years that Brian Sloan, Bert Sloan did not know, because I'm sorry.
I think, the whole thing with it, I think the people in charge never knew exactly everything. I mean, they knew what was happening. They knew what was going on. They looked the other way, but they were, I don't think they ran the jail. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody else ran the jail but them. And so, it's hard for you to say, well, this didn't happen in my jail. Well, you was never there. So it's kind of hard to.
You mean Bert?
Yeah.
So he retired just before the alleged shooting of Judge Mullins in 24. So are you saying that he wasn't present within the jail a great deal prior to that, or?
I think in the beginning, I think the first term or first 4, years he was there, he was pretty active. But then the second one, no. They had talked about. I've heard other people say, basically Lena does the most of the running of the jail.
Yep.
So.
Because she would have known as well.
Yeah.
And they're the two people that are accountable, 100%. Did you see Bert much? Like, did you see him at the jail whilst you were there, Brianna?
Yeah, he used to come in all the time.
All right, so yeah.
Yeah, and then when James Norris had come in, I was still up front with Lexi. I was up front, and he was. I said, Norris. He said, yeah, Brianna, what's up? I said, why'd you lie on me? He said, what are you talking about? And I said, drug court. I said, they're acting like you saw me. I said, you said you saw He said, no. No. He said I saw Stacy. He never saw me, and he never said he saw me. They fucking made that shit up. And you know what?
Yeah.
He and you know, he any other cop would have been like, well, yeah, I seen you, or you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Yeah, I told
Yep.
him that. He was like,
Yep.
no, I did not tell him that. And he said, I bet I don't do nothing else for drug court. So that shows you that the cops ain't even supposed to do nothing for drug court. I mean,
Yeah.
unless, you know what I'm saying, unless they want
Yep.
to, unless they ask.
Yep. They won't be forthcoming with any information if you don't ask for it at all.
Right.
So apparently, August to November is when Fields admits to having the sexual encounters in the bathroom at the courthouse. And then in the September, during that time, he's texting Sabrina to tell her to stay in the vehicle because the judge was still around. He didn't want to see that she had her ankle monitor off. So this is a year after you've already put your complaint into Mickey, and now it's affecting Sabrina and Jen. So the 2nd of September 21, that apparently the scanner report of Jen overdosing comes across. Is that the one that, because there was two, wasn't there? There was the one
There
that
was-
he and Mickey turned up, and there was no. Did you know there was no 911 call and no EMTs at that? You know how Ben said that he turned up and there was, emergency. There was an ambulance
Yeah.
there. And no,
She was getting
They-
groceries out of the car or something, wasn't she? I mean, she was fine.
oh, they dropped out. Yes, so for them to turn, because I'm confused as to how it went down, because I know that there was a false overdose call somehow that Ben and Mickey attended at Jen's house and she was undoing her groceries. Is that right? And then there was the actual alleged overdosing. Is that when she was reported as laying in the middle of the road or something? I'm not.
I think they
can't-
reported that with the first one because she was surprised when they
Okay.
all just showed up at the house. Like, what? And they said they had got a 911 call
Yeah,
reporting that she was in the road.
Never lodged.
Yep.
Leave those records up, and there was absolutely no 911 call made and no EMTs in attendance at all. So that's a whole lot of bullshit.
And that's kind of scary that they can do that.
Yeah.
What were they planning, or what was the actual plan?
And so then we go a bit further, and it was Stacey Yates, and he's the only one that's come up as doing the right thing by Brianna and Sabrina by reporting both of them. He reported both. And the only reason that Mickey went to the who's above, how he said, I went to the, is it attorney's
State police.
office? Yes.
Well, he called the
He went
state
to
police first.
KSC. Yeah, and they did not no, not interested. They turned him away. That's the only reason he went higher. They didn't want anything to do with it. It's
That
his
sounds
definition.
about right.
Yep. That's the only, and like everyone's saying, oh no, well he really tried because he went to the district attorney's office. He only did that because the Kentucky State Police went, nah, not interested. I shit you not.
Yep.
Yeah. So then that was in December of 2021. So that's October 2020 was when Brianna reported it to Mickey. So this is a year and a bit later. And so it goes on right through. When did Jen, was it 2022 Jen died? Or was it before that?
I know Lexi passed in 22, but I
Was Jen
think it
before?
was the same.
Same year, but earlier, or?
Lexi's happened right around the flood. And so there was a lot of confusion and a lot of stuff going on. That's why everybody was saying, oh, she passed at the jail, she passed here, because there was a lot of confusion going on with the flood, and it created I guess it created a distraction.
Yep.
So they could, take a narrative any way they wanted to.
Yep. So there's evidence that Stacey did actually lodge a report a year later. So they can't deny that they didn't know, and they can't deny it didn't happen because he's pled guilty on both fields. So there's no getting out of it. And I think Jason Eccles knew a shitload more than he gave up than what he said in his depot. So the last time that Sabrina had contact with Ben was in January of 2022. So we've got October 20. So that's what, a year and a half later.
Yeah. Yeah,
So-
that's a lot of time.
Yeah, to do nothing.
Yeah.
To do nothing about it. Nothing at all. Nothing changed. Until the 31st of January that Mickey suspends Fields. And he even did that wrong. Like, there was a whole process that you're supposed to go through when you've got an employee that's been accused of sexual misconduct, and he did none of it. It was supposed to have been recorded with a witness, and he took him to his office after he hauled his ass out of drug court, basically, and had the private conversation. So, what else have we got on here?
With private conversations, it's scary when you live in a community, you don't know what is decided in those private conversations or what's going to happen,
Who's Crystal Dishman?
She is a lady that, let's just say, she frequents the jail quite a bit.
Did she ever get, was she part of the ankle monitoring program, or?
I don't know. I know she's in and out of jail all the time, bless her heart. I know that.
Right. So then we come to the 11th of September, which is the day that Ben gives his deposition. Then the 16th of September 24 is when Mickey gives his. And 3 days later, the shooting occurs, apparent shooting. Who was it that I read that Edison Banks knew about it too?
Well, he's the Commonwealth attorney, maybe. Is that?
Because there was a changeover, I think, at some point.
He passed away.
Yeah.
Right? And
And who took his role? Hatton? Was it Hatton?
Hatton's the downstairs. See, who did take his place up there?
I'm not sure.
My brain. Oh, that was Mike Watts,
What? Okay.
his son.
Yep.
I think he goes by Michael. Or
he's the one that came into the chambers and spoke to me, the grey-haired guy, whilst everyone was in there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can you flick Tyre a message to say yes? She's asked if we're still online.
Yes, I just seen it.
All right, so Sabrina, she was arrested in April 21 for meth possession, and she spent until the 2nd of June that year in jail. And then she was placed on the ankle monitoring program that was apparently deactivated 4 to 6 times at the courthouse. He told her to just lay it on the trailer somewhere and I'll find it in the morning. So she had to endure from June 2021 through to January 2022, 7 months.
Charlie.
Yeah. Fields also pimped. Oh, so I know that that Jen, when she was leaving prison, Ben had set up what do you call it, a meeting, so to speak, with his uncle Yeah.
Yes.
On your
Yes.
way home, can you just go and, sort my uncle out? What the
Yep.
fuck? And
Yeah.
apparently that
He
happened
was
to
the.
Sabrina as well.
Oh, I'm sorry, Jody. He's
Sorry.
the one that is the fire. He was the fire chief of a little area called Kings Creek, and he actually is in prison right now because he got a 14-year-old to. She was trying to earn money for school clothes, things like that, and he told her to come down and wash the fire trucks, and yeah. You can
Yeah.
get from there what happened.
It was Ben's uncle who was also the connection to the Meads. He's the Mead, yeah? One of
Yes,
the families.
his family was the Mead part and Mead and Shepherd Coal Company.
Yeah. And that's who Ben was sending inmates out to have sex with.
Yes, or well, they were cleaning. Yeah.
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 Yep. So Jen, she was on the home incarceration program twice. And he propositioned her on jail release, saying he would work something out for the monitoring fees, which she refused. And then he promptly shoved her ass back in jail the next day because he got knocked back. And then she died suspiciously before the trial, consumed a pill that wasn't what that was.
Yeah, she was supposedly, the story I heard was that they had snorted or done a pain pill or done what was supposed to be. And
Who's they? Who's they?
I never did find out. Nobody never said. I mean, that's we may have to dig a little deep on that, but
Because if they had the same thing, then the same thing would have happened to them too.
Right. So that's kind of odd, ain't it?
Mm.
Yep. But they said that she told them that's not, that's not a pill. That's not what that was. And she knew right away something wasn't right.
So she was with someone because they've quoted her saying that.
Yeah.
And where was that done? Was that at her home or?
I believe so. And I think that's when the second report came in for the overdose.
Was her husband or boyfriend home? Was Chris home? At the
I
time?
don't know. I don't know. He's kind of went, he's kind of stepped away from things too. He's a hard one to.
Yeah.
Well,
we've got. He did submit a sworn affidavit to the sheriff's department a couple of times, actually, I think.
Yeah, he got pulled over one day, I reckon a bunch of times, trying to get back after he made his complaint.
Targeted?
Yes, very. He got pulled over a bunch of times heading back home, some of them in plain clothes, plain vehicles. Yeah. So.
All right. I've actually found this. Lexi Bentley was forced into sexual acts for help with cases, slandering on Facebook by the jailer's sister, triggering retaliatory CPS investigations. So the jailer's sister, who's that?
Yeah, her name is the jailer's sister.
Yeah,
that's Michelle Harvey. That's the one that decided to leave comments on mine and a comment about I had a post. I had done it a while back, for Mr. Fields running for sheriff, and she commented this past week on it, making some pretty steep allegations, and she. I don't know how to say this without being mean. She has problems. And I.
Who, Lexi?
No, the Michelle Harvey.
Okay, yep.
Yeah. And it's sad that they kind of use her that way, to kind of throw comments and stuff like that, things out there. But I kind of feel bad for her. And like I said, I don't want to be mean in no way, to her
Yep.
because that's her family. She's going to be supportive of them, you know,
Yeah.
I guess regardless. But, you know,
So, do you know why Ben refused her permission to go to her mother's candlelit memorial?
yes, I do.
Was that to do with his uncle again? Did she refuse
Yes.
to go and service
Yes.
him?
No. I think she was with his uncle, and because of that, it
What, in a relationship with him?
yes, and it pissed Ben off.
Really?
Yeah. And to get back at her because it had something to do with his uncle, yeah,
Yeah.
he refused to let her go.
What an asshole.
But yet they let him go in plain clothes and walk himself in and walk himself back while he was
Yeah.
incarcerated for a family member. So double standards.
Yeah. All right. So I've got this list of people that who knew what and when. So the first one is Stacey, which is who Brianna was talking about earlier, who dated both, and it's not a coincidence, I don't believe, but dated both
No.
Brianna and Sabrina.
Yes.
And he was a participant in the drug program itself at drug court. That's
Right.
how he met Sabrina, isn't it? Or both of them?
Yes. Well, he met both of them there.
Yeah.
Like Bree was telling you, you know, they told her to keep quiet because you're not
Yeah.
supposed to have interaction outside of drug court with anybody in drug court.
Yeah. So he reported it in December of 21 to Robbie Kinnear and Holly Boggs in drug court.
Holly is Ben's sister and is the program director. She's underneath the judge. She's next in line.
Yep. So then Robbie and Holly, they found out in December 21 because of Stacey. They later went to the sheriff's department to apologize. So they didn't fess up until where's she back here? Oh, there we go. Hello, lovely. You found us. Do you want to see if Bree is okay or wants to come back?
Yeah,
Donna?
I'll check on her.
Hello.
Hello. How are you?
Good, darling. Surprise. You haven't seen you in ages.
I know it's been forever, and I apologize for that.
It's
But
okay,
here we are. My computer battery doesn't have much life in it, so I'm hoping it'll hold out while my phone charges up a little bit.
We just had Brianna on.
I woke up and it was dead. So
we just had Bri on.
did she?
Yeah.
Okay. She's still there somewhere?
She dropped out.
I went to check on her. I sent a message check on her. So
All right, let me send her a message. Tell her I'm here now.
Yeah, I think she must have dropped out on her internet. So we're just going through the timeline of when people found out about what was going on with the the ankle monitoring and the sexual abuse with Ben, and who knew when, basically, and what they did about it. Fuck all. Sweet fuck all. So Jimmy Kraft apparently found out in January 2022 because he handled the Sabrina submitted an EPO against Ben, didn't she?
yes, I believe so.
Yeah, and he handled those proceedings, so he knew in the 11th of January. So why didn't he then, if Sabrina's got an EPI out against Ben, why didn't Jimmy tell Mickey?
Good question.
You know?
Yep. That's a very good question.
Yeah. So Patty Stockham. So she finds out during Sabrina's confinement in 2021. So she knew as well.
Right.
Was told by Atkins about so Sabrina told her herself.
Yeah.
And her response was to threaten Sabrina, and she dropped all contact and failed to report that to Ben.
Yep.
So you threatened Sabrina. What the fuck? So Jason Eccles apparently 2021, he knew. Fields confessed directly that he'd taken Sabrina off house arrest. And he also sent a text. So he texted Fields on 12th of January to cover up her address. So he participated in trying to hide it. And she found out in May of 2021, and she took house arrest payments at the jail, so she was collecting the cash. And then she lawyered up immediately when the investigation broke, and then got a promotion after Ben's guilty plea.
Yep.
Now, who's Dale? Oh, Dale Martins is Sabrina's roommate. So he found out in 2021, and he was taking Sabrina to the courthouse and witnessed Ben switching the monitor, but didn't put any report in. Mickey, he claims that he found out the 31st of January when Judge Jimmy Kraft and Robbie Cancer came to apologise. Yeah. So the lawsuit was basically public in the news, and the response to that was that he was then suspended by Mickey. And however, Tyre Adams, who's she?
Who is that?
So she begged him directly. Sarah Davis said he either knew something or something was going on. What's that referring to? Can you elaborate any more?
That's when Sarah done the interview, I think with Brian, wasn't it? Brian Benton, about because she worked there while Ben was doing his hard time. So yeah, but I think that's where that one or where that comes in, because about the time the interviews was done, Ty.
So who are you begging? It says
I don't know what they're talking about.
Yeah. Claims she begged him directly.
Well, Kevin, back in the day, I used to beg him all the time to fucking let me loose. But I don't know what this is.
Yeah. Okay. And Chris, so before 2022, he actually submitted sworn affidavits to the sheriff's department as well.
Maybe that's like through all the places. Maybe that's just the word it used.
Yeah, maybe.
The reports that I've made, maybe with the FBI and the Attorney General and all the other places, and
begging for help
about what's happening here, begging for help. Yeah, from the authorities.
So Chris then, once he reported it, was then retaliated upon with, traffic stops constantly.
Yes.
All right. So Bert is claiming that he found out during the investigation of 2022. Oh, Commonwealth Attorney Edison Banks told Detective Easter that Bert Sloan has some information.
Did he?
But when asked by KSP, he said they didn't tell him nothing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Boy, contradictions there.
Yeah. Oh, so Sarah was personally invited to a secret party by Mullins. Really?
Yep.
Oh.
Yeah.
Matt Easter. Who's Shannon Blevins? Who's that?
Who? Shannon
Blevins. Oh, he was the one that was with Matt Easter doing the interviews.
Oh, okay.
Yep. All right. So, complaints. Stacey complained to the drug court in December 21. He reported that Fields was sexually harassing the females, Robbie and Holly. And they did nothing.
Yep.
And apparently that was mandatory reporting to PRIA, and they didn't do that.
That's what I kept saying at the beginning. Why is this not getting reported to PRIA? Because I know what the PRIA laws are. I know how this works.
Yeah.
Well,
why did none of this ever get turned in to PRIA?
I even asked Sabrina yesterday.
Yeah.
I said, would that be double jeopardy? And she said no.
And so, yeah.
Yeah, she said that it wasn't. And so I wondered, maybe, I don't know.
Double jeopardy only applies when if you've been charged and tried for one crime, you can't be tried again. That's double jeopardy. So
And PREA has never been mentioned.
PREA is the mandatory reporting of whenever
Yeah.
a person is abused in jail.
yes, and that's what Sabrina can't understand, why he was never
Why they didn't report it. Yeah.
correct.
Why the
Yes.
jail has never been held
But
accountable
then you
for
found out that
anything.
if they even report it, they lose funding. The other day, who was it that read that?
What was
I
that?
produced a bit of information.
We was
can't
talking
hear.
about it.
What did you say, Darla? I can't hear you.
When they report it, they lose funding just for having to report it.
Who does?
The jail. They lose federal funding for every PREA they report. That's why
Really?
they report them.
Yeah, they can lose their qualifications for funding and everything. You know, it shows.
Like all those classes and stuff that they're getting millions for that they don't give and they're not qualified to even be handling, they would lose part of that if they turned in PREA. So if they told on themselves for letting people get raped and abused there, then the feds would pull some of the funding from them. So that's why they don't report it.
Yeah. PREA assessment, complete absence of the safe reporting protocol. Dines testified there was really no way for anybody to report anything. They had to report it verbally, face to face with Mickey. And then Mickey says, well, then I'll tell them that they have to put it in writing. And apparently nobody ever did. Really? And the system actively weaponized CPS and retaliatory warrants to suppress disclosures. So Ben didn't have any disciplinary action before the 31st of January in 2022, when he was suspended without pay, and Mickey took his gun and badge. And then he was formally terminated 2 days later. He handed the letter in a funeral home parking lot, apparently. And he pleaded guilty to, because he had 2 charges, I think, of 3rd-degree rape initially, and 2 of sodomy, and 2 of tampering with a prisoner monitoring device. And they dropped one of the rape charges, the sodomy and the tampering, and the perjury charge, because they only kept the tampering. And he was sentenced to 7 years, and he did 6 months in jail and is currently still out on a 6.5-year probation. Jailer Bert Sloan immediately made him a trustee in a solitary room, unlocked the door with a brand new bed, flat screen TV. His wife was one of the jail guards and was given access to his cell. So the red flags were Steins had previously sent Fields for a polygraph. Oh, so that's where that came in. It's after. Okay, it wasn't part of the screening then. Okay, that makes sense. I really want to get my hands on that. Oh, man.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Submitted for a polygraph. Fields admitted to drinking on the job and having drugs on the job.
Oh.
And I've already ignored this because the top cover page marked him as truthful. The fuck?
Okay.
Yeah. Kevin was never charged for anything criminally. Well, was that charge was it Perry County or Pike that you said he had a cocaine charge?
That's what we had heard, but it was in Perry County.
Yeah.
But we never could find any proof of it.
And that was for Mullins, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yep. Everybody remembers it, but we ain't been able to find any proof of it.
Yeah. All right. So this is telling me that Bert's responsible for obstructing the course of justice, basically, by not doing anything about it. Inside the jail lot. Yeah. Okay. Part of the boys' club in the courthouse basement smoking room with Bert Sloan, the jailer. It was Kevin Mullins, Benz, and Jason Eccles. Was that the boys' club at the jail? Yeah. he took full responsibility for giving Fields extreme special treatment during his 6-month jail sentence. It was my decision. I'm the one who made Ben a trustee, and defended Fields, saying he did his time and he never gave me no trouble. Well, why
Of
would he?
course not.
Fuck
I wouldn't
me.
either if I was on vacation.
Exactly. Yeah. So then Brian has taken over. I heard that Brian was here and he interviewed several people. Context. Okay. So, yeah. So he knew as well. Because Bert retired. When did he retire? August in 2024. Just
So
before Judge
month.
Mullen.
Yeah, a month before the incident. Yeah.
So you can't tell me if Brian knew that Bert didn't. No.
Well, I mean, even in a professional capacity, they should have known. But you know that they also have a private. Yeah, they're brothers.
They're not all buddies and not all friends, and like they don't hang out and talk about what girls are screwing.
Yeah. So
you missed a bit earlier, Ty. So you were saying that Mickey really tried to help because he went to the was it Attorney General or yeah?
Well, from what I have found, he tried to go to KSP and the Attorney General and Edison Banks. He did the whole chain of command. From what I found, he was the only one that ever followed the chain of command.
No, the only reason he went to the Attorney General's office because he went to KSP and they declined to investigate.
Yeah. So he just kept climbing the ladder.
He just
nobody was doing anything. Nobody cared.
Well, he only went to the Attorney General because KSP knocked him back. That's his next port of call. So he wasn't doing anything additional to help. He was just covering his own ass to make sure that he reported it to someone.
Yeah, that too.
And he had to go that high to do it.
I hadn't thought about it like that, like I was just like, at least somebody fucking called somebody,
No.
Somebody called somebody at least.
Yes.
And he's the only one out of the rest of them that ever even lifted a finger to do so.
He didn't go directly to the Attorney General. And they declined. How can you decline to investigate?
Right, and something else. You remember whenever, it's been some months back now, but Bert Sloan put it out in the newspaper that he was going to ask KSP to investigate. Now you're going to ask them to investigate now after you've got 2 people dead and all this other shit, and nobody's ever even said a word about it. Now you want to ask them to investigate.
Yeah.
I mean,
they've actively taken part in covering it up time and time again.
I think at this point, they should also have to look into all the neglect deaths that they had. People that died from pure neglect in there that they never was held accountable for. I mean, there's just a lot of inhumane criminal things going on that there's no way they didn't know.
And what are your thoughts on Detective Stamper? Did you see him testify in the pretrial hearing?
Yes.
I think that's why he retired. I'll put it that way.
Okay.
There you go. Yep.
I think that's why he retired right after the testimony, because he was asked questions like, did you know anything that could have been going on between, the judge and the sheriff, and he's like, no. And it's like, dude, if you've been in our town any length of time, you had to know. So you lied right there, Well, that's my opinion.
So Ben apparently claimed that the sex was consensual, but pleaded guilty anyway.
Yeah.
There is no, just FYI, there is no consent.
No,
that is valid in that position.
Anytime there's a coercive situation that something else relies on your answer, there is no consent. It does not exist. Right. If you're in handcuffs, wearing an ankle monitor.
If you're in a position of power, you are abusing that
the person
power.
wearing the badge is your jailer. I don't care if it's on the street. I don't care if it's in the jail. I don't care if it's in a state prison. He still acts in that same professional capacity.
Correct. And consent is not even a concept.
And consent's not even on the table.
No, it's not. So, but what they were telling Sabrina was the opposite. Like they were saying all these things that they could argue against her to try and talk her out of continuing. Yeah.
Mhm.
And they eventually, we found out yesterday how, because I remember, you remember me telling you that the night before, she sent me a message saying, there's no way I'm taking a deal. Yeah. And then the next morning, she turns up and takes the deal. Now, the main reason for that was because they were fucking shifty as fuck. They basically, when she turned up when she found it the night before the trial, she discovered that the prosecutors had put her son and her husband on their witness list to be called as witnesses. And what she didn't know was that they had no intention of calling her, because what can they get from them that they couldn't have got through cross-examination, because she was calling them anyway, do you know what I mean? To testify on her behalf. And they've only got good stuff to say about her. It would achieve nothing for them to do it. But by putting them on a witness list, that then prevented them from being present in the courtroom for any testimony. So they took her support away from her. And she basically ultimately said, I didn't want to put my son through it anymore. And that's why she took the deal.
So they separated them, divided and conquered.
Correct. They took her supports away. They emptied her bank account.
I need to talk to her. I've not had a conversation, not a whole conversation with her since it all happened.
Yeah. Yep.
Wow.
And they worked her all night, basically.
That's not right here where he trafficked her to other people. That's not unnamed people. That was our fire chief he trafficked her to.
The fire chief? Is that the uncle?
Bill Meade, the old man that rapes children.
Yep.
Yeah. That's who that was.
Yeah, and it broke my
Which
heart.
is human
yesterday.
trafficking. Make no mistake, that's human trafficking. He didn't get charged with that. Neither did Bill.
It broke my heart.
Of an inmate. Human trafficking of an inmate of the state.
Mm-hmm. And Ben did that to Sabrina and Jen.
Yeah.
And it broke my heart yesterday when Sabrina was talking about she didn't want her son. You know, he didn't know that part of it. He didn't know anything about that. And so for him to find out the way he did, it was heartbreaking, her telling it, you know.
Yeah.
And his response to seeing his mum up there, you know, and the videotapes that were put up.
Her in her bra, and she hadn't prepared him for none of that, you know, and there it was.
She didn't know that was coming out, did she?
Hell, I have prepared my oldest about a lot of the things, but still she's been quite surprised, I think, at some of the things that have come out, you know, over the course of it. I don't think you can prepare your child so much without, you know what I mean? How do you sit down and tell your child what kind of abuse that you've dealt with, you know?
All right. I'm going to try and find where I did this.
It's much easier to talk about it with other adults than it is to tell your child, like, look, I was abused. This happened to me, and there's a problem here.
Yep.
But
you don't want
you don't want them to not only to not see you like that, but to, I don't know, I don't want it to affect mine and think that, well, they did it to my mom, so they're going to it's okay if they do it to me too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's my fear, is that they're going to get so caught up in the system before they even know what's happening to them.
Mm-hmm.
It took me too long to figure it out. So I want to protect them from that. And like, I couldn't imagine having a son, though. That's a little different, I think.
Yeah.
Or at least I imagine it would be.
Well, you do. You worry about what they're, you know, what they see and
What they think,
you know,
what they see. Yeah. What?
Well, you know,
you.
Me and you had conversations before. That's the main reason I've been single for so long, because, you know, I didn't want to bring people in and my children and be like, hey, you know, and my boys see me like in that way. You know, I just it's easier to raise them and get it over with.
Right.
I'm just
so like I can't even imagine like what her son felt like, or what she felt like.
Yeah.
And he was like, oh my God, Mom, what the fuck? You know?
But he loved,
he loves her regardless, I'm sure.
Yep.
And
Yep.
yeah, and supports her no matter what.
She does hold a lot of
But I
guilt.
can relate to her with that, and I feel
Yeah.
for her.
Yeah, absolutely.
Having to go through that. That's never a conversation that you should have to be thinking about having beforehand with your child. Like,
We
You know,
shouldn't have to. We shouldn't have to.
you
But
shouldn't have to never have been in that position.
yeah.
Just bear with me. I'm trying to find this
Take your time.
thing. Gives me the shits. I put it somewhere where I'm like, right. I'll remember that. That's the perfect spot for it. Do you remember? I asked Brandy earlier. The timeline with Jen. So the one where there was no ambulance called, the 911 call that Ben and Mickey responded to, and then there was the second one where, like, she actually passed. How long between the two? Like, was there much time between those two events, or do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Don't know.
No. I told you about Sabrina having a lethal dose of meth when she left the jail when she was released. Yeah.
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 Yep.
That was
I remember
that
that.
blew
I
my
remember
mind.
hearing that.
Oh, did you ever read the Facebook messages between Ben and Jason and Mickey and all that? Did you ever see them?
The group chat. I saw part of them. I didn't go through all of them.
This is going to really give me the shits, and I can't find it. I put them together so that I'm like, okay, you've just got one place to go, Jody. You just click on that, and I hate my brain.
Mine is in barely working mode.
Yeah.
Barely hanging on.
Yeah. Oh, the other thing we found too. So Sabrina's ankle monitor contract from Eastern Kentucky Correctional Services states that there was a one-time fee of the $65 and then an ongoing weekly fee of $85. In Ben's deposition, he fessed up that he was charging $150 cash to hook them up and then the $85. And Mickey was getting commission on top of his pay for every person that he put on the ankle monitoring program. And I assume that would have been passed over to Ben as well.
And they wouldn't have been able to done that if they would have offered them programs, and went with a different state contractor. You know what I mean? Like if they would have offered these programs and all this stuff that was available, would we be here? Maybe not.
Oh, something's going on with my computer. It won't let me fucking open it. All right, I'm going to have to find it on another. Who's messaging me?
I think it's on our group one.
Oh, it's Matthew Blevin.
Yes.
All right. Give me a second. Did you not see Brett Johnson tonight? He has started reporting on none other than Michael Clark.
Yes, Ty, he
I
sure
didn't see
did.
it. No, I didn't see it.
You have to go watch his stream tonight.
I had a conversation with him. I got to tell you about it, Jody.
Oh, with Michael, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I told him he needed to make it up with his wife, buy her something pretty. That's who he owes no apologies to. And that if he will do that, then I'll lay off of him. And I don't think I'm his biggest problem, but yeah.
Did he ever get back with that? Or did
he just said that, he thought that was a good idea and wishes me the best. I said, I do too. I hope you heal.
Yeah.
This is driving me mental.
That's when
It's actually been a very eventful couple of days to have not left the house. Lots
Huh?
of good things have happened over the last few days. I'm not ready to talk about it yet, but we've got some new doors open.
Oh, good. Good.
I don't want to talk about it. Don't mess anything up before it happens.
Yeah. Yep. Getcha. Let me see if I've saved it under Sabrina. I bet you I have.
Oh, donkey.
My computer won't let me open. Something's wrong. I don't like it. Did you hear back from Bree?
No,
I've
she
got-
didn't message me yet.
I asked her, she's all right.
And did she
Okay, I'm
respond?
on here
Not
if you want to
yet.
join with me.
I bet your phone's gone flat. This is giving me the fucking shits. I downloaded it onto my computer and saved it as a PDF, but my computer's not letting me open it on my hard drive. So I've got to go back in. I've been back into my Google Drive to try and find the original, and I'm trying to know where I saved it. Did
Randy
you know
said she's got an appointment?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to probably drop off. I've got a.
No,
an
I can't.
appointment.
I'm really annoyed because I can't fucking find that huge document that I prepared. It's gone. I'm going to have to do it another time, which is a real pain in my ass. Anyway, the other thing I found out too, Ty, was how in Mickey's depot, Shaw basically said to Bethany Baxter that Mickey gets confused because of his history with Californian encephalitis. And I originally called bullshit on that because I'd never heard of the condition before. And I'm like, yeah, you're just making excuses here. So I actually did a bit of a deep dive on it, and it is a thing.
Yeah.
It's caused from mosquito.
I dove into the tick bite theory too and found, that's a thing too. And
yeah, it's not transferred by ticks. They
there
said that
are farmers who are finding boxes of ticks that's been thrown out or dropped out onto their properties. And Bill Gates is doing things to these ticks to make them give us different conditions and different diseases. And the newest one is to cause meat allergies.
Yeah. Well, the actual condition is apparently transmitted via mosquito. So they have to have, blood to blood. So the blood from one person, and then infecting the next person. But my main concern was like the cognitive effects. I wanted to know if there was any long-term cognitive effects that could affect memory, because they were claiming that under stress it triggered this condition to, be more. Oh, gone, has she? To be more active and cause more confusion, and it can ultimately cause a level of intellectual disability, and that just scared the shit out of me because you've got Mickey Steins, who pretty much only did a 2-week course before when he became a patrol officer at Neon. That's his only qualifications. He got grandfathered into it, so he never he never did any training, nothing. So he's got no formal training, no formal qualifications, and the potential. And he is sheriff. Yeah?
Yeah.
Does that not sound like a bad idea at any point?
I'm switching studios.
Okay.
There we go. That computer's about dead.
All right, I'll kick you off the other one. There we go.
Okay, there we go.
I'm Brandy. Sorry, I was looking
I
at.
don't know where my charger is. It's somewhere between the Jeep and Brandy's. It might be in the Pathfinder.
No,
I got my phone charger, but no computer charger. So I've been trying to let that battery stretch for days. It's finally had enough.
All right, I've got to address. I've missed out on the comments. I haven't even had a look. I apologize. Oh,
I put
Really?
zeolite in our drop. Somebody said that zeolite fries the nanotech in this new technology that they're putting in these mosquitoes and ticks and stuff, and the vaccines and all that. And I've heard that too. And we use that as the binder in our bitter moon purge detox drops, which is cloves, wormwood, and black walnut hull.
cool. Sorry, I'm just going through that. I'll have to go through these. The chat. I haven't had a chance to address any of it at all. But
So I've not even read it. I just like looked down and seen. Yeah.
Apparently, Hillbilly Crime in her last show, she had trouble staying awake. Wow.
I think that happens pretty often, don't it?
Yeah, I don't know.
Or it used to. I don't know about now.
When a victim tells their story, she exploits the victim and makes money off of that, and that's something. Yes, she victim shames, big time.
Yeah.
Yep. If you say something that she disagrees with, yeah, that's it. All right. What was that? I'm here to stay no matter how small the audience. Thank you. Something else I notice is she doesn't show emotions or tries to comfort the victim when no, she's got no empathy at all. The drugs have erased her soul. What did you think of Brett Johnson, Martha? Was I correct in my description of him? I was telling her yesterday about that she needed to go and check him out, and then he had a stream, and I'm like, oh, look who's here. I don't get why she has her mother as her almost mascot. Like, she could network so much better and reach so many more people. These people, like, for me, that's the whole point of YouTube. Like, I see that creators should support one another and work together, because then you both grow, yeah? But there's a lot of small-minded people that insulate themselves and think that if they share any information, then they're losing money. And I'm like,
No.
A big
If you're
picture.
still in this for the money and not for the people who have
Correct.
been harmed, then you're in it for the wrong fucking
correct.
reason. And you can
Yeah.
see your way the fuck out
Yeah.
at this point.
And
you know what I
there's
mean?
a reason she spends the first 12 minutes of every live stream giving out her Venmo and her PayPal and her Patreon. And yeah. And she even does the whole, so if you want to support the channel and rah, give us a super chat. But if you can't afford it, that's okay, because God is good.
Yeah. Hillbilly, reach out. I just saw your little comment where you said that you would come on and tell your story and you're in a neighboring area. Reach out and DM us.
I've sent her my
Get to know
email
each other.
address. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Hook us up there, Jody.
Yep. Absolutely.
I was trying to go back and look at some of the older comments here that I missed from before I came in.
I've been watching this channel for months. I just don't normally. Yes. Well, I'm so glad you came forward today. That's awesome.
Yes.
Sweet tater.
So what was Brett's show about? What did I miss?
He didn't actually have a title for it, but I happened to be watching it as I was prepping for this, and I have a laugh because Tricia is there. Like, I had to go into chat yesterday and say, "You got 45 minutes missing. You got to be back in." It's so funny. So I got in there today, and because she's in there, like she's first in chat,
Yeah.
and I sent the message to Brett in chat and said, I have to take Teresia back with me. I'm sorry to tear her away, but she loves him. And yeah, he just halfway through, I heard him say something about Michael Clark, and so I put it in the chat. Did you just say Michael Clark? And he said, yeah. And then he was asking a few questions, but I think I gave him some wrong information because I was so excited. He asked me if Michael Clark had any predatory charges other than predatory charges.
No, he doesn't. We would. There is a Michael Clark on the federal registry, but it's not the same Michael Clark. He is a different person. The one that's got the child sex charges and stuff. That's somebody else. It's not Michael Clark. It's not this one.
I need to correct that with him then for the record. I know he did 8 years.
Now I went down that rabbit hole. Somebody sent it to me and was like, "Oh my God!" And so I was like, "Oh my God!" So I looked, and we had it looked up from different sources. I had a couple different sources.
Yeah. All right.
And it's not the same.
I actually
it's trafficking in drugs, but not people.
Yes.
Is what
I actually sent him an email asking him if he could try and find the Michael Clark's deposition and interview shit because he's got the contacts to do that.
I never could find it.
No, it's there, nowhere.
Out of all the depositions and all the fucking files that I've been sent, that's not in it.
Yeah.
Which I thought was odd. Unless something comes out during the trial.
What, Hillbilly, can you explain what Sparrow Health is, Dylan? So she volunteers a day a week to teach classes at Sparrow Health. She don't get paid or anything, but I help them
with resources that I know to help others. Cool.
Well, we could use those, my love. We're trying to compile a whole comprehensive list of resources for you guys to
we're making a Discord for people to connect over the resources, and
I'm struggling with it, I tell you. I'm
a secure way for people to reach out for help that it's not going to put them out there,
Yeah, a safe space. So
they have to lean on just the systems that broke them. We're trying to put together something different.
Yeah, well, Sabrina had a recommendation for a psych counsellor that she's seeing, who is trained in sexual assault and domestic violence. Mm-hmm. So she's going to provide that reference, and I'll include that in part of the research.
Awesome. Yeah, she sent me where she got certified to do like trauma workshops and to work with sexual assault victims. She sent me the link so that I can take that class, and I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah,
really looking forward to
it. It's certainly something that would be very it'd be a good resource to have. You need more of it, pretty much. And the idea is to be more self-sufficient, so you don't have to rely on any government-funded programs. You can, these various resources will come from you. It's like you can build your own network of stuff. And what I've done is I've created a channel, and the only way it's a private channel, so you have to have a link to basically access it. So you have to be invited, and that link will get you to the front door. But there is then I'm setting up criteria where it's a screening process. So only the people that are supposed to be there are there. Yeah.
Right. So we don't get anybody in there lurking that don't belong.
Correct. So there is a screening process, and it's the programming of the automated system of that, the bot that they have, that I'm really struggling with because I want to make sure it's perfect. I don't want to let anyone else in.
Right.
So I've got to get it right. But it's a head fuck, I've got to tell you.
I'm sure it is.
Yeah,
I couldn't do it.
That's the last step I've got to do. And then
Okay.
all I do is load up all the resources basically, and you can knock
And then we
yourselves
can
out.
start sharing the links.
Yes. But,
Yeah.
it's like
So anybody that has any kind of resources to add, even if it's like I had one lady that sent me a bunch of like typed out motions, fill in the blank motions to file
Yep.
for through the court systems for various things. Stuff like
the
that.
template. Yep.
Yep.
All of that.
Listen, I got a friend that needs to get into a SAP program. If anybody knows anything about that, we just got
What's
about
that?
another month to get him in. The substance abuse program.
Okay.
He's in jail right now, but and he got a deferment, so he needs to do the SAP program before he goes up for parole next time, so that they'll let him out. And so if anybody knows of any rehab places or sober living places that does SAP for people who are still in jail, or if you know how I can go about getting him out of the jail and into the SAP program residentially or something, let me know, please.
Yep.
That's the
Hillbilly.
resources that I'm looking for right now. For men, for the males.
Yeah. Hillbilly says she thought about changing her name, but she had it 6 years before Hillbilly Crimes. So you know what you change it to? You change it to not Hillbilly Crimes.
Hillbilly truth.
Yeah.
I think we're all a little hillbilly around here. That's okay.
Yeah.
The goats are agreeing. I don't know what the chickens are doing after something.
So, okay, this is interesting. So, the court emancipated me at age 16 years old because I had my own income and my own home because my grandmother's mum bought me a home and she's the one who raised me after that. So, that's something that we've touched on is the early emancipation. Because Tyre, they tried to get you to do that, didn't they? At 16?
They did do that to me.
Yeah.
They did. I was in college at 16. Yeah, I was in college at 16 in another county. I had an apartment, lived by myself. Yeah. And
So-
it was I did have a hard time in school. I can't like act like I didn't have a hard time in school. I had a hard time sitting through classes, through traditional classes, like through grade school and stuff. I was in the gifted program, so I didn't sit in the regular classroom like over a desk all day. I did other things. They taught me, my education was different than the rest of the schools. So whenever it came time to go to high school, like I was really struggling with that whole. So we had, by the point that I dropped out and got my GED at 15, they emancipated me at 15. I had already sat down and worked it out with my teachers and parents that it would be best for me if I could go ahead and go with further education and go ahead and enroll in college because I wasn't learning and retaining anything just by being trapped in that room all day. It was becoming a detriment to my mental health, to everything, and their agenda, apparently. So, yeah, they emancipated me, made me feel like a grown up at the ripe age of 14 and 15.
Yep.
And sent me out into the world. So, yeah, whenever I was working for Edison Bank's office, yes, I was a minor. Yes, I was underage, but they had already emancipated me 2 years before that. So,
she also says that her mum took her to a safe house away from your dad. Now that's what Brandy has done for the last 30 years.
Brandy's the safe place.
Yeah, Brandy's the safe house.
She maintains a couple of places that people can get to and get out of a pinch.
And that's her only
I don't
crime.
know how she's done it for so long, so steadily, with nothing, with no help, no government assistance, no funding. She just does it.
Catch up with her now, I think. I think that's what's causing the fibro to flare and come out. Fibro is caused from like living in a continued state of anxiety and stress, basically.
Yes.
So Yeah, but
I've
that's
got
all
a
she.
running theory that it's all about stress and trauma. Is why we all have so many autoimmune disorders.
Yeah, yeah,
That's what's wrong with our fascias, all these connective tissue diseases and
yeah,
nervous system issues that we all have. I
yeah.
think it's because of the trauma.
And her dad broke in and took them. So if you're not safe at a safe house, where are you safe? That's fucked.
Right?
Yeah, that's why it's so important that I get this automated system, the initial screening stuff set perfectly, because I don't want anyone to slip through the cracks. I want that to be
No. We
a place
want to be a
just,
reliable source
yes, where no one
to
can.
help you
Yeah,
get safe and get back on your feet. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. All right, so where are we?
My house is smelling like soup beans.
And
Smelling good.
they didn't even. He wasn't even charged with doing that, to break it in or anything. It's awful.
Because all he
Awful.
had to do was go bust someone for KSP. So they sent him
Yeah.
out as a CI for the
Kentucky
favor.
skies were spread yesterday. I think pilots can be held responsible. What do you mean? What does spread mean? Oh,
Spray.
okay. Yeah. Okay.
Spray.
Yep.
Yeah. I've been watching too, been trying to pay attention. If you notice, usually every time they do it, that's when we get a cold spell. The sky spraying correlates at the same time as our severe temperature swings. Like
Oh,
from it's 70 degrees out today, and then tomorrow it's going to be 20 or something, or 30.
that's what.
Every time you can go out there and look, and the sky's sprayed in grids
Wow.
the day before it turns cold. They're definitely up to some fuck shit.
Yeah. Hillbilly, that sounds awful. Awful. Fuck. So her mum was
Gave power back to we the people. Like, why are we still spraying our skies?
yeah.
But I was looking over some of the executive orders and stuff yesterday. And
Yeah.
geoengineering is in one of his executive orders. And I don't understand that. Like,
Who?
the geoengineering, he
Is
wrote
it
out
who?
an executive order to keep it going, to keep
Who did?
fucking spraying the graphene and shit. It's Trump. So I don't know what's going on.
No.
I
Can
thought
you
he
read?
was against that shit. But that's like the one thing that he's not. Like, he's fighting back against human trafficking and all this other stuff in the deep state and everything. But why are you still letting them spray our skies with glyphosate? What is going on?
No idea, love.
I don't know. I don't either. They want us all connected.
Yeah.
Oh, it's all good.
Can't wait to hear your story. Yeah, I won't bring them all up. I'll let you tell the story, sweetheart.
Where's it? We got a new comment?
Oh, there's tons of them. I just can't get through them. But Hillbilly was saying that where is it? Where did it go? Her mum isn't here anymore. Her dad was fighting with her when she was driving in a one-lane road, and a drunk driver hit her head on, and it killed her. It ruptured her spleen, and she bled out.
Wow.
Yeah, and he didn't have any consequences at all. So, do you actually find, Hillbilly, because I was saying this earlier, that the fact that Sabrina is now actually talking is a good sign, because I think that's part of the healing process, like getting it out in the open, yeah, and verbalizing it. And Hillbilly's saying that sharing her story and trying to help others, it really helps you. Is that right?
Yeah.
Oh, no, I've clicked on the wrong thing, but yeah. So 100%. Whenever you're ready, sweetheart, just hit me up. Not a problem. Where is it?
Bree says she'll get back on with us. Let me send her the link. I'm just going to share the one that you sent.
No worries. Yep.
Okay. There we go. She finally answered us.
I bet you the phone went flat because she
I was
just
about to go
disappeared.
ahead and mix up my cornbread and make my batter and get it ready, but I don't have any buttermilk.
Uh,
The cornbread just ain't the same with the buttermilk.
Oh, look at you, Miss Martha. In case no one has told you, you are amazing, and I'm very proud of you for rising above the life that you were dealt. That is beautiful.
Thank you.
Some angels in this.
Or it's all
I tell
about.
you.
You
Yeah,
can't help how many times you get knocked down, but you can help how
yeah,
many times you get back up and how you go
true,
about it. How much grace you
true.
have when you do it.
Yeah. I love that there's people here that are, support one another because that's what it's all
That's
about,
what
my
it's all
love.
about. Yeah.
Correct. Yeah,
If we would have had this kind of support back then, half these
yeah,
problems probably wouldn't have
yeah,
existed. So
yeah,
that's why we've known this and we've talked about it at length over the years, but never before has it been so easy to build a platform and gather so many people so quickly for a
yeah,
common cause.
yeah,
So like, we're living in a good time for this, at least to come to fruition and
yeah.
hopefully
Absolutely.
bring some healing about, y'all.
Yep. So, Martha, are you okay? Like, are you still safe at your friend's place?
That was my
Um,
next question. I'm glad you thought to ask that.
yeah, yeah. She's she had to leave her home, so she's sort of couch surfing at the minute. And I said to her if she needed any assistance to reach out.
Yeah, reach out.
Yeah. And they're the type of resources that will be in the Discord channel. Or, any legal defense that we've come across that, have
Even
been.
if you just need to get somewhere or, need help filling out your social security
Yeah.
papers or your fucking something, whatever it may be, there's enough people between us, I think, that
Yep.
we can help everybody to some
Did
degree.
you know that Sabrina lived in her car for a long time throughout the
I didn't, but it don't surprise me because her son and everybody was getting threats to be burned out
yeah,
of their homes. Yeah.
yeah.
So yeah, that's not surprising to me, at least.
All right.
Oh, I need
There
to
we
peel
go.
an onion and put it in the beans. Hey, y'all like onions in your soup beans?
I love onions. I love
I
them.
love raw onions with everything. But
My granddad used to cook. He
oh,
used to peel the outer layer and cut the top off the onion and then put it in a pot of boiling water and boil it until it was translucent. And then he'd pull it out and he'd put the biggest dob of butter on the top of it
yes.
with some salt. And it
Oh,
was delicious.
melts in your mouth.
Oh
Buttery,
my
salty
God.
onion goodness.
Oh, in fact, I feel like making one now. That just took me back to my childhood.
I might have to try that myself.
Oh,
I make French
yeah.
onion soup. Anything
Yum.
with onions. Lots of things with onions. But yeah, I always add one whatever stew pot I got going on. Make sure. And I like a raw onion cut up with my soup beans on top.
Oh, really? I hope to meet all the
Or a
lovely
green
ladies.
onion. Green onions are better, but for having it just raw on the side, I think, with beans.
I like the red onion.
But I
That,
like to take just whole cups, like a whole freaking onion petal, and I
no.
put olives and maybe a little pesto or something on it.
Oh, yes, but not on its own.
Kimchi,
Avocado.
yes, avocado slices.
Avocado. Yeah. So
Absolutely.
Martha says, I hope to meet all the lovely ladies here someday when I'm safe in West Virginia. Maybe we could start a
Me
yearly
too.
meeting. Hell yeah.
West Virginia's not that far. And I heard that they're doing legal psilocybin therapy over there. So
Isn't that where
there I'll
Brandy's
be.
mum is? Is that where
There
Brandy's
I'll
mum
be.
is? Brandy's mum in West Virginia?
No, she's in Virginia. That's close by too.
Yeah.
We're
So,
right in the corner down here next to all the states. We're right up against Tennessee too.
that'd be great. An annual event.
That would be
Awesome.
so cool.
Yeah.
We could have a whole festival.
And you could organize all that within the Discord channel and no one else will know.
Yes, until we're ready for it to be known.
Yeah. Fucking
So
oath.
nobody can sabotage it. Right. That's going to be a good supper.
I'm a Chickamauga Cherokee girl.
Chicken
Did I
ragu
say that-
Cherokee girl.
Did I say that wrong? I
What?
slaughtered that, didn't I?
Hold on, let me come and read this. What did it say?
Martha said-
Chickamauga Cherokee girl. Said
I did.
Chickamauga. Am I pronouncing that right?
That sounds better than mine.
Chickamauga? I am Choctaw and Cherokee.
It absolutely is 100%. You've hit that on the fucking head there, Hillbilly. It is like a sisterhood. Yes. Correct. I'm
Yep.
so glad that comes across. Shit up. Detective Stamper didn't know nothing. Nope.
Of course not. He's a man who works for the patriarchy. Do you expect him to know anything?
Yeah.
Really?
Detective Stanford did know, just like you hear the state police laughing over the radio when they said Stein shot Mullins. Really?
I seen that.
Did they not believe it either?
I don't know.
Like,
That's the
if
first
yeah,
time I'd
if
ever
you
seen that was whenever I seen it in this comment here. Did you see? What are they talking about? I haven't heard that, I don't think. I don't think I've seen that video or heard that recording.
What one?
Hold on, let me go back and find it. Bye.
On the video, when the call comes out over the radio, you see
That one.
Kentucky State Police were in Knott County, and they were laughing when they heard the call. Which, like I said earlier, Mullins sat on the bench in. So did you know that Kevin Mullins was 3 days on the bench a month over in Knott County?
Yes. Yeah. Knott County doesn't have their own system. Like, they don't have their own jail. When you go to jail in Knott County, they take you to Perry County. And they don't have like a full-time judge because it's a very, very small little town. Hyden's not bigger. It ain't no bigger than your thumb, you know.
Do you know someone called Merlin Napier from Hazard?
No, but I know some Napiers.
We were talking
From
about
like
the
Weatherwood area. That's where they were from. I don't know.
We
No,
were
who
talking
is that?
it's someone that Martha's asked if anyone knew. He was a male victim from Hazard, but we were talking about yesterday the male victim that was raped with the broom handle and ended up.
That's my ex. Yeah.
So that was one of the things that we can include.
If anybody ever deserved to have such a thing happen to him, it was that man.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh,
The things, not just the things he did to me, things he did to his own kids, to his nieces, that's why he got raped with a broom handle. Because he'd been a fucking pervert fucking with little girls his whole fucking life. Yeah. And they finally said, all right, big boy, you want to fucking rape? Let's rape. And showed him what it felt like. And he still wears the colostomy bag. That's the guy that set me on fire.
Oh.
He locked me in a room with him and kicked over a kerosene heater and set the trailer on fire around us. So, yeah, I was not disappointed to learn that he had to wear a bag for the rest of his life.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough. But where I was hinting with that is that, like, there's another person that was assaulted. Was because he was in jail at the time, wasn't he?
Yeah. Yeah, that happened at the jail. And my cousin was one of them that done it. He's out now, thank God. Like, he wasn't he didn't need to, he ended up having to stay longer than any of them, I think. My cousin did. And he wasn't even the one that, like, instigated it, or he was just there, I guess, taking part. And he got the shitty end of the stick. Another one of the guys that took part in it is dead now. And I think that the county had something to do with his death.
Yep.
So, yeah.
What is that? Now, I've heard of that, Jody, because when I looked it up, it does have some really good information. I can't remember what that was referenced to. Hillbilly, sorry. I'm that far behind. Oops. Geofungus with nanotech. The cloning vectors are
That's what the
like
tick
helium.
bots and the vaccines and stuff are putting in us. Is like it causes. It's like it's the spike protein thing, and it's nanotechnology, and it finds
Yeah.
each other in your system, binds together, and then they can use that as like radio transmitters, radio transceivers.
Okay.
So
So dico.
basically, that's not exactly how it works, but that's kind
Yeah.
of, in a layman's way of
Yep.
understanding it. That's about how it works. So not everything can kill that. No, it's because it's not an actual like living biological entity. It's not like a parasite.
Yeah.
I mean, it acts like a parasite,
But
but
it's
it's
reactive.
not living to be killed with. Yeah, you can't kill it with cloves and wormwood.
Yeah.
So they're recommending nicotine breaks apart the spike proteins, and so does what was it that she had said there?
The cloning vectors are
The zeolite. The
and
zeolite binds it and helps you to pass it out of your body. It binds to it and it helps you pass it out your back,
yeah.
so it don't stick in your system. Okay.
Teresia said goodbye half an hour ago, and I'm just getting to it. Bye, Teresia. Sorry. And you've only been on. She's only been on YouTube from 9 a.m. because that's when Brett went live. I had to send her a message yesterday saying, "You got 45 minutes, girl, before we're going live. You have to come home."
Time to come home. Look at my pretty eggs.
Are you
Look at my pretty eggs.
what?
And a blue one and a green one. I just love my chickens. I love our chickens. Love our chickens.
There's a lot of big words there, Martha, and it's 4 a.m. and I'm struggling to say
That
it.
it is living, and like it is living. It moves and acts on its own. Like,
Oh, okay. So Hillbilly's explaining my question earlier. So Sparrow
the
Health,
sparrow health.
yeah, helps with the Suboxone clinic, but it's not for Suboxone. It's for victims like sexual assaults like her. Sabrina, did you know that she was forced into the Suboxone program as part of her parole?
I was at a young age, and that's what the grounds they used to take my children later on, because they court ordered me to take the Suboxone and then criminalized.
Now, Martha Mitchell she's one of from your side, isn't she? One of the subscribers from your
Yes. Yes. I'm not sure where she came from to begin with, but I'm glad she's here.
Yeah, well, I was just going to say, I think you two should hook up and reach out and have a chat, because there's a lot of stuff that you are aligned with, basically, with what her
Martha,
comments.
DM me and help me understand that a little bit better, please, if you don't mind. She said it is a parasite. My dad was a parasite professor at the university. Yeah, I've got some things I want to ask you anyway.
Yeah, well, Martha,
about other parasites.
yeah, she spent 20
I've got
years investigating
some ideas. Yeah.
You know when you have a dead body and it gets the bugs and stuff in it. Well, she was 20 years spent in analyzing the bugs. She's the bug girl.
I love the analyze.
Yeah. So I think we would hit it off like.
Well, something that struck me is whenever I found out what hepatitis really is about the parasites, liver flukes. Anybody ever heard of a liver fluke? If you haven't, I challenge you to go and Google it, what it looks like and what it does in your body. And I remember for years thinking, like, it feels like there's a baby in my belly kicking. Like, it feels like something moving around in my liver. What the fuck is this? And they were just like, no, it's just twitching. Like, no, it's not just twitching. It had flukes in it. And I went through an intensive 12-week therapy to kill them. And I passed them. I shit them out. Whenever I took that hepatitis treatment, it was fucking big-ass, weird, slimy-looking parasites that I was passing. And they were coming out of my liver, and my liver's not done that weird thing ever since I took that treatment.
Yeah. Hepatitis is basically just a word that it means
All
inflammation.
encompassing. Yeah.
I mean, inflammation of the liver, so it encompasses a fair few things because there's
Yeah.
different
Well, I
strains.
had the Hep C, and they
Mhm.
said that I got it from shooting up.
Yes, from shared needles. Yep.
Yes. But I know also that, like Hep B, they used to get out of the river. You know, my grandma had hepatitis B that they never could cure, that she got from swimming in the creek. Well, I did 3 eggs. I'm gonna save my pretty blue one for breakfast.
I'm signing up on the program called CIS. I hope I get it, but I may need help filing paperwork if any. Yeah, absolutely. Yep. What is CIS?
Yes, hepatitis is curable right now in a 12-week course of medicine. And it's not even that bad. The original Hep C treatments, it required interferon shots and ribavirin every day. And it was a long process. Like I did it for a whole year and it was like taking chemo. And it never did get rid of it fully. Like it was still like creep its way back. And so this new treatment that they have is actual cure. And you just take a pill once a week for 12 weeks. And you're done. One and done.
So what is
I wanted to ask
CIS?
her though about this place. Because she said that it was like they do Suboxone and stuff, but it's not for people with addiction. It's for SA survivors and trauma, Sparrow
Yeah.
Health. I want to know more about that, please. Because that's what causes addiction, y'all, is trauma. Trauma. And then having the resources dumped on us and forced on us through the opioid epidemic, the crack epidemic, given to us by the government, the meth epidemic. They traumatized the hell out of us and then dropped a bunch of drugs on top of us. It's biological warfare is what it is against their own people.
Well, it's Hillbilly that wants to come up and tell her story. She's the one that's
So, yes, I would love to hear more about the Sparrow Health when you come, Hillbilly.
Hey, Edith, how you going, sweetheart? Sorry, I was half an hour behind in the chat. I'm now 10 minutes.
I do that too. I have to listen to everything on like 2 and 3 times, or 1.5 to 2 times speed, or I can't keep up with everything. There's not enough hours in the day to learn as much as I need to learn.
I'm finding it really hard trying to get through like what I've prepared. And
okay, I'll tell Diamond. Martha said that she gave Diamond that Diamond's got her phone number. I'll get it from her and text you.
Yep.
Or you can get mine from her.
All right. Where is this video? I want to see this KSP video of them laughing.
I do too, of them laughing when the call came.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Hillbilly, if you want to email it to me, you've got my email address. I would love to watch that, and I'll put it up. That's bizarre. All right, I'm going to have to sign off, my darlings, because I am.
You've been here all day, ain't you?
Yeah, pretty much. Well, I haven't been streaming all day, but I've been behind the computer screen all day. Yeah, and my eyes are going cross-eyed. Plus, it's 4 a.m. here, so yeah, I need to get my ugly sleep.
Beauty sleep. Correct your language, miss.
I tried to download the Signal app, but
Don't
no
talk about
number.
my friend like that. You hear me? Stop it.
Okay.
You're beautiful.
Do you know? I don't know how else to download the Signal app, darling.
I have the Signal app on my phone, but I ain't never opened it. But Lee wanted me to use that, and I'm like, well, didn't they just decide that didn't it just get hacked? National security, like fucking Pete Hegseth, his chats got hacked. Didn't that just happen? Why would we don't need that. If they can hack Pete Hegseth's Signal chat, they can hack anybody's. If they can hack the ICE agents' Signal chats to triangulate them and fucking dox them, then that's not where we need to be. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Signal scares me.
Well,
call it paranoia. Call it what you want. But
yeah,
I don't
But they've
like
got to
it.
know that you're on there as well. So it's like it's supposed to be an encrypted app that you can.
Supposed to be, yeah, but that's where all of our fucking national security threats have come in this year too.
But they've got to
Must not
find
be too encrypted.
It's got to be better than normal text and stuff, though. I suppose.
Oh, I'm sure. Hell, I just
Yeah.
assume that they fucking watch and listen to everything anyway, and
Yeah.
operate
Yeah.
from that perspective. You know. That's what I'm saying. Like, I know that they can go back in Kevin's own phone. They
Oh,
don't
yeah.
need us. They don't need us to produce any fucking videos. They got the goddamn phone number and the messenger app.
Yeah.
They
In
got
a,
the evidence already. If they wanted to act on it, they would.
in a forensic download, you can access everything, and everything's backed up to the cloud nowadays. Like, you know.
Right. Like, it's there. You
Oh,
don't need
yeah.
me. All you need is a fucking warrant and some fucking CIA agents. Figure it out, y'all. Do
Oh,
something, goddammit.
You can. The police can do a forensic
Right.
download.
That ain't on us. That ain't
Yeah.
on the victims. That's your
But-
all's job as officers, as agents who were sworn to uphold and protect us.
But if you don't find, you can't prosecute. Yeah. The less
Right.
information you have, the
Yep.
less evidence you have to use against them. So, all right, my darlings, I am gonna call this in, and I will get to this forensic bloody timeline that when I find it. I actually think I need to reboot my whole computer to it's not playing with me. So
Oh, yeah, find the hardest foot.
we will. I haven't scheduled the next one, but don't go far. Keep your notification bell on. There's a few things I've got to put together first before I can do the next one. But yeah, it won't be too far away. It won't
I
be too
just
far.
got a text message. It's a special one. Okay, I
Oh,
can go to.
oh,
It's a piece of
okay.
my heart.
Yeah.
I have
Or
been
two.
blessed this day. I woke up, or two. Yep. The connection to the two. It's a piece of my heart. So I'm going to go. She just
Yep.
texted me.
You go.
So I'm going to go have a conversation.
Yeah, you do that, Dawn.
I love
I'm
you.
gonna
I'll
stop.
pull you in later. Thank you all so much for
Okay.
being here and coming.
You're welcome.